I have to unmute. Ah. Oopsie. Oh, look at that.
God.
Changing screens for whatever reason. Does the thing? Oh, we got double notifications.
1,111,111.
Thank you, text to speech. Thank you to text to speech. Hello, how's it going? Hello, Evie. Hello, Onion, Ivan, and of course, Woman. How's it going? Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. Thank you for the 25 months and 11 months, respectively. Also, yeah, 1,111,111. Oh my god, sorry, that's kind of all over the place. That was my arm. I think they should have a thing with text-to-speech where if it's, like, excited with a bunch of exclamation points or in all caps, the text-to-speech guy should, like, shout it at you, you know? Thank you for the 1 minute ad. Thank you. I am already running an ad break because it's the beginning of stream. But if you remind me, I'll do another 1 minute ad at some point if you remind me, because I'll probably forget. Also, Ivan, a Pokemon, heck yeah. We have actually one more Pokemon to catch before Brock. We have 6, and we get a 7th in Pewter because this ROM hack has added. It added a extra little couple extra grasses in places not normally there for Nuzlocking purposes. Or we could get a gift Pokemon. Last time we did get the Mudkip gift Pokemon because it's like one of the best. Because we caught 6 Pokemon before the Rock Gym, and all of them were weak against Rock and Ground. So we got the Mudkip gift Pokemon that's in the Pokemon Center up there, and it kind of carried us. So. Ivan, if you want, do you want a random Pokemon or do you want a Mudkip? Or we could just say both. We can get both and you can name one. I'm not really sure yet. I think most Pokemon are in... Why did you spell pewter like that? I'm crying. But only after you catch them? Wait. Most Pokemon are in pewter, but only after you... Oh, in the computer! Oh, man, that pun, yeah, that pun was like soaring over my head. You know that one episode early on where like Ho-Oh is soaring over Ash and Ash sees it? That was the joke. Holy over moly. My head. Oh my god, 2 years, Lunar! Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. I appreciate it. How are you doing? And hello, Lumen. Yes, my children making me proud by redeeming ads. Can you give us a list of who your children are, Lumen? Who has been birthed? Can I be one? Wait, is that... But how you doing, Lunar? How are you doing as well? Thank you so much for the resub. I hope you join the exclusive club of repeat ball sub-badgers. You're all badgers. That's true. Sub-badges. It's been 2... It has. I'm pretty sure the 2 years is like... That is the length of us knowing each other. It's kind of... shaky in my... You're in Ibiza? Where's Ibiza? What? Also, it's midnight. You're tired. You should definitely get your sleep. I assume you're on some sort of vacation, given the time of year and location. I hope is Ibiza in Japan or something? Is spring break heaven? Oh, it's a Spanish island. It sounds Japanese. It looks like a Japanese word. Best that you survived 2 years. Honestly, how are we? We're 2 years more elderly now, Lunar. Is that I hate time. Time should just arrest what it's doing, and just citizens arrest, turn itself in. The Venga, who the fuck are the Venga boys? My mind supplemented me with the image of the Beach Boys doing Jenga, but I don't think that's what it is. That's awesome though, Ivan. If you're on a Spanish island. Also, yeah, well, man, I can't believe your sense of humor is just too sophisticated for me. It took me a while to the pewter. That is such a dad joke, and I love it. Hey, juicy pussy, how's it going? You know, it truly messes with my mind that the words juicy and bussy don't actually completely rhyme. Love that anime? What? Juicy Bussy? Or the... Wait, hold up. The Arrested Development? Hold up. They don't? I mean, not when I say them. Also, Psychologist, how dare you bonk? How dare you deliver a bonk upon my mushroom body? But think about this. Juicy Bussy. It's not Juicy it's like not Gary Busey, you know? They both end with an E. Oh, I guess that part rhymes. So that's like a little baby rhyme though, right? Or am I just crazy? I'm thinking like, you know, the rhyme where it's like Usi and Ussy. God, that sounded weird saying it like that. I mean, I can see why you say that. I guess they do rhyme. That does make sense. Also, I probably should have gotten a Pokemon that's a bit higher level or like trained with a super effective move, but it's okay. Juicy bussies matter. It's true. It's true. But like, let's be fair. Unjuiced bussies matter just as much. You know, they're both are a vital part to our world's ecosystem. And by ecosystem, of course, I mean. Anyway. Anywho, moving on. Also, I was like, oh, Tech Man, yeah, this is the conversation. It is in fact a conversation that is happening and exists. This is a true statement. Let mushrooms suffer. The fuck am I don't know, Rhea. How's it going? Fighting noises? I think the juiced bussies and the unjuiced bussies are like doing like West Side Story style. Like they're musically dancing at each other with slick back hair, you know? Why did I type Italy? I meant India. I thought it sounds like it's in Japan. I mean, isn't Italy just the India of Italy? You know, let's be honest with ourselves. I don't think that sentence was a sentence, but Pokemon. Oh, Pokemon fighting noises. What? Oh my God! I forgot to change the screen. Oopsies. We're fighting a Caterpie. I forgot to change the screen. Don't say anything. You're not allowed to say anything. But. Tank Man, goddammit. I was too distracted by the bussies, okay? Thank you so much for gifting us up the Lumen, Ivan. Oh my god, thank you. And the level 1 hype train too? Choo-choo? I do like trains. Trains are very nice. About to beat your last... I think the record system's fucked. But we're about to beat the last record, everyone. Choo-choo. Tanks runs off the run-off screen. I can't believe it. I can't believe you were all conspiring to work against me. The more I don't realize, the more guilt I'll feel. Thank you, Juicy Bussy, and also Rhea for actually looking out for my sanity and well-being by by telling me it wasn't there. Mushroom one, yeah. What is that? What is that? What is that pasted? Oh my god. I have a T. What got pasted in between that? A really wet bussy be kind of gross? Like if it's too sopping, you mean? Too moist? Regular humidity bussy. Yeah, that's actually why I got a humidifier for my room. Is to keep the bussies at a consistent temperature. You know? What are you even talking about? What do you mean the names have fallen far? These names are great. We have Barbie, Kringus, Equine, Socrates nuts, Sturgeon, misspelled on purpose, and Scrungledorp, who couldn't. His name was way too. As a gay man, I love Bussy. I mean, honestly, I think everyone can collectively all love Bussy together. Can we not all love that? I think that's it. Also, yeah, Barbie, our starter Barbie, Tiger. Actually, hold up. Let's go check the box. I'll show you. I'll show you. Don't worry, Lunar. Look here. As you can see, Tiger is safe and sound in the last run. Because this is a new run because we lost. Tiger didn't die, but we lost the run, so we had to restart. Rip Tiger, Lunar Rip Tiger. We did lose to Misty. Misty slapped us up. It was rough. Tiger didn't die, but since we got wiped, it was a restart. So this is a new one. Also, hi Cyber, how's it going? Got back from working an entire extra day. Did you get paid overtime though? The run is technically just started. We caught our 6 Pokemon last time, and then we get to catch one more in Pewter City. Once we get through Viridian. And that one's gonna be named Tank. Or not Tank. Frick. Ivan. Boomer. Boomer is not gonna be till after Pewter City, unfortunately. Also, when have I ever been a baka? I challenge you to give me one instance. Thank you, Lumen. Lumen's got my side. Lumen's stopping them from calling me a baka. Name one instance, Ouija, when I was a baka. That's right. You can't. Overtime is just a myth, like workers' rights. Anyway, I mean, I did say come get radicalized. So when you woke up, I chose baka. Is that what you're saying? Hey, last time, what's up? What's up? Last time. What? No. That was a smelly. Yeah. Next thing next thing I know, you're gonna all call me a stinky baka as well. How dare? Maybe a named sussy baka. What? What? Luigi? What? What? You told me Ballyhoo wasn't a fish? Ballyhoo is just a different. It's just like it's just a different form of Bollywood. What are you talking about? It's like Bollywood in a different country. How dare you? How dare you call me? How dare you call me a stinky baka with not even spelling out the words of "you are"? Like that makes it 100 times worse. How could you? It's implied. No. Look, I'm not a sussy baka. I am an innocent mushroom child who is being enabled and corrupted by those of you in chat. At least some of you. Happy Saturday, Ouija. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Stinky, smelly. You stinky fuck.
Cut the cameras.
How dare you?
Dead
Cut the thank you, Cyber. Apparently, wait, would cutting the characters? What? No, cutting the cameras, would that make it so the smell doesn't waft as much? So there wouldn't be a stinky baka, it'd just be a baka. Like if a baka falls in the forest, but no one's there to see it, are they really stinky and all that? Dancing, you're trying to make me less stinky by looking at the dancing dinosaurs? Well, it's not gonna work. In fact, I'm gonna make the dancing dinosaurs stinky as well. It's a sympathetic stink. Twitch just made their first ever. Wait, really? That's the first ever Twitch animated. That seems. How did they not do that before? Like what? Also, hey KR, this is why do you want me to see play? Why do you want me to play Dark Souls so bad, KR? I mean, maybe I do that tomorrow. I was gonna try to keep a Dark Souls Thursday, Pokemon Saturday, and then Sunday is whatever game, whether it's a different game. But the problem is Thursdays I'm gonna try to stream, but I also am very tired often, so I don't know if Dark Souls is good to do when I'm like wiped, right? So I might move that to a different day. I enjoy your suffering. What, do we not suffer in these Nuzlocks? We're working on a D&D one shot for the entire day. Well, that's fun. Can you give us any like spoilers, hints? What kind of setting is it gonna be in? You keep skipping Thursdays? I didn't skip last week. You say keep skipping Thursdays. It happened this week. What? Because I had to work 9 hours. 9 hours. Oh, it was horrible. I super effective against Bug because that's just bullying, Ouija. That's just bullying. Bug would literally be weak to everything if that's how it worked. I'm shaking. 9 hours in a day. What do you mean 9 hours in a week? What? What? 9 hours in a day. Go to bed? Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Let's see those EBZ. Oh my god, I'm hiccuping. Oh, I'll send EBZ pics. I'll look forward to them. It sounds, if it's a random Spanish island, I assume it's gonna be really beautiful. So, if I get OT, no, because I didn't go over 40 hours for the week because I'm still technically part-time, even though I'm working like anywhere from 32 to 37 hours because I just started the job. You know how a lot of these people are. 9 hours in a week. You poor soul. Hazard pay? Nah. I wasn't supposed to work 9 hours, but just because of how it turned out, I had to stay a bit later. So it was just annoying. It was just a lot of like carrying around TVs and putting them up and taking them down and moving them around town, and not actually town, just at the store. I was very stinky after that. It was horrible. I hated it. Can't even give you full time. Yeah. They're like, yeah, we don't really give full time to people who just start. You know, so if you do well and you're reliable, you could probably get full time. You know, after a bit. But I'm like, okay, I guess so. You admit it? I was stinky because I was being a productive member of society. That is a valiant way to stink, I would say. A valiant smell, an honorable smelliness. Day to day, I definitely don't stink. I'm a clean boy. I wash my belly button and behind my ears and all the other places people tell you to wash. An hour or so tomorrow. Wait, what? We're 9 hours a day for the full week and work today for 6 hours. What do you? Wait, what do you do, KR? Also, that's so much time. What the fuck? Wait, wait. So you usually do like 9 hours, 7 days a week, or 9 hours, 5 days a week, and then like six today and an hour tomorrow. What the? What? The thing I went to work today wasn't eight. It was a rando because of Shroomish. Oh, I mean, yeah, or maybe you thought briefly, Cyber, that this was somehow Petalburg Woods, and it just got a bit of a decor change. Explaining too much to be telling the truth. What? 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 That part-time hoe representation. I'm only a hoe for 9 hours a week. Let her know for a fact much. What do you mean, Lumen? What do you mean for a fact? What? What? That's science fiction, not science fact. Hold up. Only the normal work week? That's 9 times 5 is large number. 45 hours a week. Do you get overtime for over 40? So like, are those last 5 hours time and a half or something? When she's head exploded when we heard people book war hours. Yeah, just lagasp. Yes, I mean I used to work like 45 to 55 hours at the diner years ago, but that's because at the time I wasn't doing anything else other than it was before I started taking like some classes to transfer back to university, right? So I was just doing that. So I just worked like 5 days a week, days a week from like it was like what 10, no, 9 to. You got there at 9 or was it 8? No, I think it was 8. Fuck. Yeah, it was 8 to 2, and then like a 2-hour break, and then 4 to 10. No, that's too much. It was like 10 hours with a lunch break. And I was like 5 days a week. Sometimes I do 6 days a week, but it'd be less hours each day. It was like 40, 50. I never got to 60 hours, but oftentimes it was like 52 hours. It was money. I probably spent all that money on dumb shit though. The Kakuna, sorry, the Kakuna they do have attacks. They're advanced Kakunas. Also, this isn't a Kakuna; it's a Metapod. It should only know Harden. It normally does, but since this is a ROM hack, it gave it the move it should have if it actually evolved normally, Because normally it should have tackle when you evolve it yourself, but they don't because they use like default movesets instead of cumulative movesets, right? Nodders. You're supposed to do a startup today, but the water wasn't high. What does that even mean? Wait, what do you do for work, KR? Hold up. I'm confused. The water wasn't high enough? It was a startup for like the tides? Oh, pool construction company. Oh god, I'm sorry. That's probably like all outside as well. I mean, at least you're probably like exercising a lot. That's probably good for your health. But I hope you don't have like heat stroke stuff. Also, I never knew going into my job that all that heat stroke e-learnings, like how to recognize heat stroke and what to do. I never knew that was gonna be so important. But like literally, some of the freaking like back rooms that I have to go in and do stuff in sometimes are like the least ventilated locations on planet Earth. It's ridiculous. I don't understand. Like, and it's just random rooms. Like, you'll be in a really nice air-conditioned warehouse section, and you'll open a door to go into a small room that you have to like be in for a couple hours, and it's just like 200 degrees in there, right? Yeah, everyone's favorite horse, equine, the Mareep. Some edibles? Yeah, we need to smoke a little more. We just threw some edibles into the pool. The chlorine gobbled it up real quick. Real quick. What are you saying is you cannot vent from cargo? Oh no. Oh no. You're not wrong, Ria. That is in fact what I am saying. Heat stroke, yeah, heat stroke is nothing to fuck with. I remember like during the pandemic I was doing my internship, but it was all like from home and online, so like I was very inactive. I was just kind of lazing around and air conditioning all day, and then like some of the team members were asked to like come out to like this actual event that finally was happening, because it was really hard to get live events for like, it was like an artist exhibition, and we were to help like set stuff up and make sure it all runs smoothly. But it was like in 95-degree weather in like August in the sun, and I was like, I haven't like been outside in years. Please One of my coworkers like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, no, I just need to get a haircut because my hair was longer back then, because I hadn't got a haircut in a while because I didn't need to, but like the hair plus like, you know, my pale white skin plus the fact that I hadn't really been doing a ton of stuff outside because of the pandemic, I was just like, I'm good, I'm all right, it's okay. A fly eating an edible gummy, and the guy said, "Imagine being stoned with 100 eyes." And that's fucking iconic. Imagine, not only that, but imagine being stoned with 100 eyes, and also being stoned for like a significant part of your lifespan. Because that fly, that was like a third of its life. Story that has a 20,000 to 50,000 words is a novella. A novella is just a fancy way of saying like short book, right? Like, right? Yeah. I mean, in fanfic terms, fanfic word count, like, you're a short to medium fanfic until you get to, like, 100,000 words somehow. Dark spots in your vision, get to yeah, exactly. I always bring water, and, you know, most of it's air-conditioned. It really was only miserable some days. So far 2 days, one of which I did with the 2 other people on my team because we were still training. The other of which was last Thursday, where I spent, like, all day fucking lifting, carrying, moving giant-ass TVs and putting them up on things. That was not fun. I felt disgusting afterwards. I was like, I need a shower. Smacked with that warm, stale air. Exactly. The hottest part of the entire building of where I work is like the cargo like truck bay where they like, you know, come in. They like they back their trucks up, the big dumpies, and then you open it and you like, you know, take stuff off, put stuff on. And I don't have to do that very much, but the couple times I have done that, it's like a pressure. It's like an oven. Once you go from like the kind of air-conditioned warehouse with like fans, you take one step into the truck, which is like literally connected to like the side of the wall, and it's like, oh, I'm in an oven now. It's like, well, that's not good. Also, thank you for the lurk, Cyber. Have a good lurk. Kiss, kiss. It has to be fiction? Oh, wait, so you can't have a non-fiction novella? That's kind of interesting. Do you know why that is? Like, is it just it's just like that's the definition and that's that kind of thing, or is there a reason? I'm in danger. Yeah, exactly. Getting scared from her shadow in game and running across the map saying, "Don't worry, I got you, bestie." A third of your life being high. Also, yeah, Lunar, I've seen you've been streaming Mortuary Assistant. I've noticed it. I haven't been able to like actually stop in, but to like do anything other than like lurk, which I'm sad about. But how have you been enjoying it? I've always saw that game around, but I never knew what it was actually like. It always seemed like a simulation game of like a horror simulation. I don't know if that's true. I just finished helping my players make their first ever character. 4 characters, and I realized my encounters need to be bumped up. Honestly, just the fact that you're editing it is a good sign, right? I feel like a lot of DMs just like don't bother. Like, alright, well you're either gonna get wiped or you're just kind of fucked. Also, did it really disable the only move I have? I'm switching out. I can't believe this. I'm crying. Also, how is it going, Aiden? Hello. How you doing? I'm seeing. Oh yeah, you're seeing Oppenheimer. That is a Christopher Nolan movie, right? For some reason, that was the vibe I got from it, but I wasn't sure because I haven't. Oh wait, we're disabled again. God damn it, Venonat. Use a different move. You got legitimately terrified while playing it. Think about it so much. What does it do to like actually scare you? So, I used to work summers at dairy product factory in the return section where dirty bottles and unsold product came back from hot trucks. Days spent in the washing basement where dirty milk bottles were cleaned with hot water. That place is where it was super damp and hot and had milk stalactites. Milk stalactites. That is an amazing image. Also, thank you for the follow, Jester. Hello, and I hope you're doing well today. Happy Saturday. Have you ever seen any milk stalactites? Also, oh god, we're getting low HP. Let's pay attention. And send in Squirtle Dirt. My party of first-time players. Aw, that's adorable. Are you so are you making your own campaign, or are you making because usually for new players, right, it's like you get one of the pre-built campaigns, like the one where it's like vampires and you're going to like, I don't know, Ravenswood. I don't think that's what it's called, but you know what I mean, like those kind of ones. Hello, hi, how you doing? Hello, Jester. Hello. The noises, whispers in your ear, like high definition HD whispers, jump scares, creepy movements, so much dread. See, I don't like jump scares in anything, but I like the dreading feeling, and you know, like the slow creeping horror. You know, it's my very own. That isn't how much have you DM'd? Because I know that's really hard to do, right? You can't have a non-fiction short story, really? But what if it's just a non-fiction story that's really short? Hmm. Also, yeah, Onion, it's the worst thing to do during summer, at least that I know of, is elite, like, you know, for like a job that's actually you see around where I live is like roofing, right? A lot of people do roofing, and for some reason they're like, yeah, let's do roofing in the summer when it's 100 degrees with no breeze, so you can come stand on this roof and get heat stroke and fall off. It's a great idea. Great idea. Just fantastic. And you'll like it. I think that minus the jump scares. Okay, well, actually, maybe I'm wrong about my own taste though when it comes to that, because that's what I like in horror movies, horror games. When I was playing Alien Isolation, and we will be playing it again for Halloween. Don't worry, Psychonus, and everyone else who likes to see me suffer, like KR. But it wasn't even so much the jump scares. It's just like the constant tension made it so I wouldn't do anything. I was just too scared to leave. Confirm. Confirm what? What are we confirming? You have your No. Ooh. Effect Spore, always a useful ability. Okay, let's speed this up because it's asleep. Alright. I forgot that this this emulator, when you speed it up, it mutes the sound. So I might go to Spotify, because we are gonna have to do some training in a bit and go like a super high speed, right? Tension's why I love the John Carpenter The Thing movie. Is that like an older like 70s or 80s horror movies? Because I feel like the ones in the 70s are like some of the best, just and 80s are some of the best because they use so many like interesting physical props, right? But I may be wrong. Alright, let's mute this. Can anyone hear the music? I think it's saying there's something, but I can't hear it. So maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's Maybelline. Also, Failable, thank you for redeeming your very own. My voice like cracked for some reason. Can reenact that scene from Shawshank Redemption. Wait, what? What? I have actually never watched Shawshank Redemption. I know it's like a classic, but I never watched it, Onion. I'm sorry to say. Maybe we need to do a movie night or something. A movie night for it. But also, how's it going, Joji? Thank you for the hydrate and the lurk. I hope you're having a great day, Joji. That your stuff is, you're figuring out your school stuff. Your barbarian is a glass hammer. That's honestly glass, not even a glass cannon, glass hammer. One who gets afraid of something as simple as walking. Look, walking is really difficult, especially when there's some sort of giant monster trying to eat your face. You know, it's really, I can't blame Luna for that. You get snatched in the ground. Last night was such a I've fallen and can't get up. The high definition scary noises. Oh no. Like, wait, so if they were low definition, you'd be fine? Is that what you're saying? Mystery aspects? Then that what is my story? Also, okay. I forgot we're like 8 HP. Well, we should be fine. Should be fine. But yeah, so Aiden, does your barbarian get really angry and pumped up, runs into battle, like annihilates someone, and then just dies? Just breaks in half, just immediately. Also, thank you for stopping by, Onion. Sorry, you know, I know it's late for you, so I hope you get a nice night of sleep. Kiss, kiss. The rare Pikachu encounter, and just leaves. What do you want me to do? You want me to murder the Pikachu encounter? I can't catch it. This is a Nuzlocke. I would never break the rules of a Nuzlocke. Nuzlocke? Yeah, that's what they're called. That's definitely what they're called. Yep. Oh wait, doesn't this person have like the Beedrill? Did I fuck it up? I might have screwed this up. I feel like this guy has like a much better Pokemon. Oh no, it's a Paris. Okay, we're fine. It's a Paris. It's great for Misty. I actually had one on my team for Misty in the first attempt, and we got destroyed by Misty and had to reset. So there is that, you know, a Nuzleaf, the well-known Pokemon. Honestly, oh, are you kidding me? Critical hit. Well, there goes our starter. There goes the starter. A critical hit from like full. That is What do you mean I killed Barbie? This Paris killed Barbie. Barbie was like the same level, like pretty much full health, and died in one critical hit. Oh, and it is not my fault. I do not
Cut the cameras.
accept blame.
Dead ass.
Oh, cut the cameras, please. You know, it's probably because I said that it wasn't a good Pokemon. Also, hey Mirai, how you doing? I would never kill anyone. I am a innocent being. I, yeah, don't, you know, if you had bonked the Paris during the fight, maybe it would have fainted before it killed me. Think about it. Screw Pee-Pee-Heimer. What does that even mean? Oppenheimer? What? Wait, so is Oppenheimer... Is that like, is it a horror movie or what? 8 armor class points? Ouija has 16. Nice. Wait, Ouija, what's your class? If Ouija's still lurking about. What's Ouija? Wait. It's my fault? Exactly. I'm so happy you got it so quickly. I was worried I would have to convince you. But Paris rolled a nat 20. Exactly. In a way, it is a horror movie. You know, my favorite horror movies are the ones that are movies that are so bad it's just horrifying to witness. Because you're like, think to yourself, like, damn, millions of dollars were spent to make this. That's horrifying, right? Barbie, so you should. Oh, isn't Guardians of the Galaxy still in there? I think my parents are seeing Mission Impossible or something. I don't know. Aren't those in there? I could be Tom Cruise. While he runs. Think about it. Mystery is the only genre of book. Mystery is the only genre of book. I love that. Your story is a murder. It can't be? Mystery? What? It's literally murder mystery is like the #1 type of mystery book people will go for. Like what? 4 Jello shots deep? Just want to say you're the best? Aw. That's sweet of you. Thank you, Aiden. You're the best. Also, 2 things though. 1, Jello shots always make me think it's just Jello. I don't know why. I just think of it as like, by mystery we mean smut. That's amazing. By mystery we mean smut. Cruise. Exactly. Good old Tom Cruise. Comcast, 4'7" Comcast, running about stealing missions. It's horror because it bores you to death. Very true. Also, Aiden, I can't believe. Yeah, no, Jello shots. I just think it just makes me think it's just like you're just slurping Jello nonstop. There's no alcohol. It's just Jello. Also, hey Tiff, how's it going? Hello. How are you? Wish I could bonk all of you. Am I included, Mirai? Because I feel like I've been a nice wholesome person so far. You know, with my mod removed, I removed a bunch of mods because I removed. I don't think there's only like maybe 4 or 5 left. Mostly because it was people who were able to like mod often enough, you know? You know what I mean? I was culling mods. Woman was the first mod person to get mod afterwards because then it turns out my mods, there were too few of them, so I needed a mod. I had culled too much. The purge was too effective. Big sad. No, it's oh wait, I should give you VIP. Cuz doesn't your other account, your old account have it? Or am I crazy? But yeah, I am a mod. That is correct. Yeah, I mean, do you want to be a mod? I could take it. But like, I removed Lumen's mod and a bunch of people who hadn't been here in a while's mod, and I removed Uber's mod, but then Uber was like, "I'll prove it to you," and then showed up like every stream for like 2 weeks. I was like, "All right, sure." A vodka cranberry. Ooh. You know, diet cranberry juice is 10 out of 10 drink to use. Such a mysterious banging. Oh no. I'm hearing mysterious moaning from the walls. It could be a monster. Banging as well. Oh god. Sounds like someone's pushing a bed around. Oh my god. should be mod for no other reason than lurk. Just runs into the distance instead of explaining. But no, how are you doing, Tiff? It's pretty much people who like were able to commit to like get to most streams in some way because I don't want to make mods like feel like it's necessary to be at every stream, but I also was like I think the mods I do have I want to be ones who like are at a pretty solid majority just so like I always have like one or two that are there. Um, so also I just wanted less mods because there's just too many mods, you know. Oh, what did you say? Oh no, Jojo, like, oh no, holy shit, oh my god, so trash. Oh, rip. Wait, did you get new internet, or is it just like classic regional monopoly, giving you garbage internet? You know. I haven't been here. I get it, but I'm glad to serve when I was here. It was an honor serving. I mean, look, yeah, it was mostly just frequency was the main criteria. And like I said, I don't want it to be something like, attacking people that either aren't able to or, also like just have shit to do and also just have other shit to do. Like, I don't want it to be like a chore. So look me in the eye and tell me I've been a good mod. Lumen, you did nothing as a mod and I love you for it. Must investigate. This is now a new internet being built in here, but it's not ready yet. Well, oh god, I hope it's ready soon though, Tiff, because literally they came around the entire where my parents live, the entire neighborhood, and laid down a bunch of fiber optic cables. Like Google laid a bunch of fiber optic cables around, connecting to all the houses, in front of them. And then like this was like 6 or 7 months ago. Then they left, and we just no update. Still can't access it. They just put the wires down and have done nothing. And I looked online, and apparently, whenever they do that, they sorry, I was talking to my dad. But yeah, yeah, they came around. And I looked online. It took anywhere from 6 months to a year for them after laying the cables to actually make it available to the people living there. It's like, why? What? What? Just why? Just how? Also, are we getting mudkip? Are we gonna get this mudkip or what? What are we doing? What's our idea? Um, Let me speak to your parents. You want to be introduced to my parents already? Scandalous? Oh, hello, Hydro. Hello. How you doing? How goes the hunts? Toy Story is shaking and crying. Wait, like Toy Story itself? Wait, hold up. What? Laser hair removal sessions for ye old face. Ye old. That's great. Oh, I gotta say, laser. The fact that we use lasers for hair removal is like peak society. Like we've made it. Fucking lasering everything off. I love it. But no, that's awesome, Tiff. Is it like a long procedure? Like, do you have to like wait a long time, or like is it quick? Like, does it like does it get warm a little bit? Like, just asking like how it actually occurs. Heckin' laser beams. Exactly. You're doing good, Icho. Good to hear. Good to hear. It's not like that, Baka. I can't believe Lumen. Dot dot dot. Hey, finally not mushy. Dot dot dot. Ah, I'm making progress. The hardest Pokemon game ever last night. It asked me to sleep 8.5 hours. Oh, fuck! I would definitely lose that Nuzlocke challenge probably within 6 hours. Let's be honest. When he's asking for a friend. Yes, I must. I'm trying to get all of my I'm trying to laser all of my finger and toe hairs, so my fingers and toes are smooth, nice and smooth. It's true. 'Tis true. Haven't you played Fallout? Mild radiation exposure works better than any laser therapy. So what you're saying is I should either play a couple games of League of Legends or stick my head into the uranium nuclear reactor, and that's how I get rid of unwanted hair. Quick procedure, but you need like 6 sessions. I assume I guess that makes sense. Like the sessions are so like it actually, if you do it once, it'll start growing. You can smack with a bunch of rubber bands and smell the burntness. You're nice and Tiff. It was nice and crisp afterwards. It was just a nice crisp feeling, like a lightly toasted. Yes, one human, please, lightly toasted. Toy Story isn't actually a story. Are they at least toys, though? Also, well, man, the only thing I learned from Fallout was that radiation turns you into a giant ghoul. So, I don't know if that's the same thing. These lasers for everything. We shoot lasers in people's eyes to fix them. Wait, so if we can shoot lasers into people's eyes to fix them, alright, then why can't we fix people's eyes by making them shoot lasers? Like, why can't we just reverse the process and give people laser eyes? Like, and then you can wear glasses not to see, but to focus the laser to do more damage. That's what I want. Also, we got a Mudkip. Ivan the Mudkip. Torrent. Very cool. We'll put you in front, and we'll go try to catch a Pokemon for Pewter. What I think I'm going to do, like, occasionally, maybe, like, one gift Pokemon per gym. So, like, this Mudkip is for the first gym, and then the next one we get is, like, for the second gym. Just because, like, you can get all of the starters, I think, from gifts, but I don't want to, like, do that too much, because then they just become the whole team. So, 6 sessions, 1 30-second dip in the radiation therapy chamber. Yes, I would like you to chemo my face, please. Yes, I understand. Just go right ahead. Is that offensive to say about like chemotherapy patients? I don't know. I have timeout from this person's stream for using the Twitch Global. Wait, there's a Twitch Global Gasm emote. Wait, what? Wait, hold up. Does it happen to look like a shaking Sudowoodo? The Twitch Global Gasm emote does it just crazy coincidence? That's not. Is that Twitch Global? Oh, well, I guess I was thinking Twitch Global as in like actual Twitch emotes. I guess it's Twitch Global in that it's literally, yeah, you can use it anywhere. Not that it's a Twitch emote you can use anywhere. You know what I mean? I mean that one. I can see why someone might think that one's uncomfortable, but I think it's a nice one. You don't want to risk being a gory flesh monster with three 6-foot tentacle tongues. The more you talk, well, man, the more I see no downsides to this process. If I somehow turned into a tall green monster with tentacle tongues, and the inability to actually speak, I don't think my quality of life would go down that much. I think there would be some real benefits. Yeah, maybe I'll just stay in a bit longer in the chamber and make sure that I make sure that I reach that point. You lose your arms, but you become quadrupedal. Also, you might lose some job prospects, but you can go into like a hentai porn casting, or becoming like a live action movie monster if you want to do something more wholesome. I would like to study that. Paid each session individually would be roughly 2,000. Oh my god! All together, it's 1,400, which is still a lot of money, but it's not. It doesn't cross the threshold to give you depression. 2,000 though, yeah, $100 off. Oh, that's really nice of them. Holy crap! I mean, I assume if you're doing like that kind of thing, you care about like if you get to that industry, it's to help people reach how they see themselves as, right? So like they probably are like genuinely excited to help people. Also, thank you for the hollow cam, the follow Camden, not or the hollow, whatever one it is. But thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well, and for the stretch, nice stretch. Gotta stretch out so I don't become like a hunched old mushroom because of working a bunch or something. Is that your version of the stretch, Lunar? Just searching on Kindle right now. Does Kindle, was it Amazon Books or whatever it was called, that had a bunch of just self-published fan fiction that people were selling? Which honestly, like 10 out of 10, best decision Amazon has ever made. Not that that's a high bar. Excuse me, Bezos. I'm sorry. I love Twitch. Also, this is going to be Boomer. Boomer was redeemed, so we have Boomer the Swablu. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but maybe if it can become an Altaria, it'll be a bit, it'd be like a Cruella de Vil Boomer, where they like wear wear exotic animals' furs to like, really feel good about being the top of the food chain or something. I don't know. I'm just thank you for the hype and redeemed your ara ara ara. Oh god. Hope that was good enough. Uh, that's how I dress. What? You also dress like Cruella de Vil? I mean, you heard it here first, I guess. No, I mean that's how you stretch, not how you dress. Also, thank you for the lurk, Tiff. I hope you have a wonderful lurk and a wonderful Saturday. Kiss, kiss, Tiff, kiss, kiss. And the parting Electabuzz as well. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Also, I think we might bring I don't know why I said that so weirdly. I think we might bring Boomer instead of Caterpie for the pewter gym, like, because Brock doesn't only have rock types. I think he has a Vulpix in this game, and a Geodude, an Onix, a Vulpix, Omanyte, Kabuto, and Rhyhorn. So at the very least, Boomer is a better... Swablu is a better Pokemon to swap into Vulpix than Butterfree is, so, Look at those defenses. Ooh, and Natural Cure, great ability. Growl, Peck, Astonish. Not a fairy type in this game, though. Did you get the Witch Skin? Wait, the Witch Skin for... I assume... Wait. DBD? Or are we still... Oh, no. The Tale of the Gingerbread Man. I forgot. I need to, do a reading of that. I forgot about that completely. Also, I couldn't find it. Is it on Kindle? I couldn't find it. I asked Joji, and I couldn't find it. Genshin? Oh. Now you're talking about, like a skin for your Gingerbread Man, That just sounds ominous. It sounds like he hunts people and skins them alive to become a real boy and all that stuff. Is it your favorite story? It's the only story. It's the only story, Lunar. And I couldn't find it. I searched far and wide, and by that I mean I did a couple Google searches, but just got some even more suspicious results on Wattpad, and I gave up because it was kind of unsettling. That's what I mean by searched far and wide. So I have no idea where it is. All right, let's kick a bunch of dogs and train. That sounded horrible. Dear God. Poor doggos. We can kick some raccoons and ferrets as well. Even out our karma. I've got you. Oh, you can hook me up. Do you have it straight from the source? From the cursed source? BRB? I appreciate it. How's it going, Herc? Hello, hello. Did you know movies like Toy Story, Mystery Dungeon, particularly the second Harry Potter books, were real events? That is wild. I mean, I always thought, like Toy Story and, maybe Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, those seem pretty real, but Harry Potter, there's no way. Not because of the magic, but because of, like, the horrible math and, like, populations in those books. They're just not realistic. Also, as everyone knows, the 90s didn't exist, so there's no way Harry Potter could have happened. It's just it's the great lie and all that. And contrary to popular belief, the great lie does not refer to whenever I get down on my bed to sleep at night. It's not actually that. And I press RR, someone stole it. They did not steal it. You were just, it's like those sales that are like timed events, and if you don't get there soon enough, they'll run out of like 80% off microwaves or whatever people buy with their money. Like, you just missed the RR sale. Are you playing with Gym Leader documentation? Yes, I am, Cyber. I am. I need to pull it up, but I do in fact have it. Don't you worry. I don't remember where I put it though. Oh, there it is. I just had to minimize everything on my second screen to find it. That's not that much at all, right? Right? Oh god, please don't full screen. That would be not very nice. Where did it go? I lost my... There's my browser. Okay. Pokemon Fire Red Omega. We are like level 12 to 14, I think, are the level spreads for Brock. No, 10 to 14, because the Geodude is randomly level 10. It just didn't feel like training with the rest of the team. It was a bit lazy, but it's okay. We accept it. We accept it. That's a little too silly. Just start singing Never Give You Up. Oh. R of. Never, never gonna give you up. Never gonna. I can't do it. Oh no, no, please, mercy, mercy, woe man. R of is my favorite. My favorite way to say ara ara. The only way one could argue. Oh, and now Herc redeem. Wow, yeah, with so many ara 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 victory. So many ara aras this stream. We have 3 real ones and 1 Kermit. Ah, Tailo, don't do so much damage, please. It's very, very scary. Oh my god, that was a lot. What the heck? Why is this thing doing so much damage? I'm crying and shaking. Like this is just a random wild Pokemon. Like this is just random wild Pokemon I don't care about. Please stop killing. You know, this is turbo mode grinding. This is just random wild Pokemon I'm trying to knock out, and it's just so powerful. This thing's like that is like the final boss. It's okay though. Turbo grinding. Remember, we just when we're just battling wild Pokemon, doesn't really matter that much when we're training for a gym. So I guess I gotta level up a bit. They don't exactly. It's a long-winded way of saying I don't count when I'm just doing this kind. Because if I had to worry about that, I just wouldn't go into that grass for the longest time until I was like level 12 for everybody. But that would take a lot longer time to actually train anyone. So, like Kermit jumped off the building. I personally think Kermit was pushed off. I don't think it was a coincidence. He didn't jump. He was pushed. He was pushed by a mysterious person who had his hand up his ass. You know, very mysterious. That's why riding is a self-taught skill. Yeah, no, I mean it's a mix. You can obviously get like do riding classes and stuff and like techniques and all that, but overall, a lot of riding can be self-taught, and I mean a lot of riding is learned through experience. You know, you'll win in son. Ooh, don't nobody tell Meeks. No, I'm just kidding. How you doing, Meeks? How's it going? How's it going? I hope you're having. I hope all the stuff you're doing today wasn't too intensive, too tiring. You know, hope you lifted with your knees and all that stuff you're supposed to do. Kermit sounded like he really did not like his life. Thank you. That Kermit sounded like he was on the precipice of just giving up. Poor Kermit. Who did this? Who could have done this to him? Who could have murdered Kermit like this? Okay. Okay, come on. Come on. Why can't my Ponyta know Ember already? Please and thank you. I did it. 'Twas I who pushed. See, I don't believe you. I feel like this confession was like tortured out of you by like the corrupt Muppet police. That's my personal theory at the moment. I don't think you had no motive. Why would you kill Kermit? We all know, Herc, that you're a big fan of the Muppets. We all it's a fact. We all know that, you love Kermit deeply. That's why you come to the stream, to hear a Kermit impersonation, and no other reason. Yes, me. A fun. A fun? What if I lift with my mushroom toes? That's putting a lot of strain on your mushroom toes. If you do that, I can't guarantee they wouldn't crack, Cyber, and just fall apart. You know? Like, you gotta be careful. They can be somewhat fragile at times. They have a very fragile sense of ego. And if you lift with your mushroom toes, they might just shatter and like just poof straight off. It might not end well, you know? It's like the same idea as trying to lift with using like a plate of like spaghetti to lift something, you know? It takes a lot of technique and it might not go too well. That was the perfect analogy. No one can tell me otherwise. Also, give me 1 second. Give me uno. She is a party. She is a legend. She is the moment. She is an icon. My brain is a mushroom. Oh, but you finished your draft. Ooh, how long did it take? How long is the draft actually? Like, what length paper are we talking about? I know it's your like, cause my final paper dissertation thing was like 45 pages of the writing part, and then another like 50 pages of other. Oh god, that's so much paper. I hired Elmo as a hitman to kill Kermit, but Elmo, everyone knows Elmo is a pacifist. Elmo would never murder another soul. No, I mean I did see Elmo, you know, doing lines of coke backstage once alongside Bert and Ernie. So maybe I can like he's lost himself. He's lost himself in the high flying lifestyle of a star. He flew too close to the sun, and because he's a Muppet, he is very flammable. Oh no! Really, Kringus, you couldn't kill a Pidgey because you missed every time. I'm shaking. I'm shaking, Kringus. Elmo also has a gun. He has the murder weapon. It was Elmo with the gun in in the kitchens. I can't believe it. Elmo's changed. Can't believe this. It's so sad. Everyone, all the people close to Elmo have just unable to stop his descent into drug fueled benders and increasingly violent crimes. It's just, oh my goodness. Also, how's it going, Jin? Oh. Elmo is never the same after after the Cookie Monster overdosed on cookies and died. He was just never the same. He couldn't recover. It was just so sad to see such a promising young man. Mushy's telenovela. Exactly. What what if it was actually Elmo was replaced by his secret twin, who was actually named Roberto, and was truly in love with Miss Piggy. He's the man he once was. All that red, it's from the blood of his victims. So the body. uh, and then Elmo and Miss Piggy, Elmo's evil twin brother Roberto and Miss Piggy, during one of their secret affairs, fell down the stairs at the same time and body swapped like any true self-respecting K-drama would do. Now they have to deal with the consequences of each other's actions. That's why Kermit was murdered, to cover up the adultery scandal, because he found out. It's all coming together. I'm piecing it together. Uh, we have to figure out how is Big Bird involved in this, because Big Bird, nothing happens on Sesame Street without Big Bird's knowledge and tacit approval. Kermit is dead. Exactly. Kermit's dead. They're trying to tell us it was a suicide, but we all know the truth. Kermit would never abandon his wife and loving children. I assume that he has, maybe. Roll 5-minute credit of everyone frozen, really just standing still dramatically. Yeah. I fucking love that. Oh, that one where they're like the one guy can like pause time, except everyone's just, it's just, the editing is just them standing still. Really, really awkwardly. Flowers blowing in the random wind. Oh, I can see it in my mind's eye as opposed to my face's eyes. Thankfully, Mushy is not a screen. What do you mean? I'd be a great screenwriter. What? What? I'd be a great screenwriter, Herc. I would, I would write on every screen I could find. It'd be great. The people would love it. I'd be the people's writer. Is it raining indoors? Cuts away to a guy with like a sprinkler, just like standing on a ladder. and then of course, a bunch of random people tangentially involved with the story have to like walk on frame in shock, just completely randomly, like just walk in on whatever dramatic event is happening. God, Communist writer, I'm glad you understand me. Alright, boys and girls, it's time to get radical. I know, I'm just kidding. Wait, did you have a fire move yet? You don't. How do you not have a fire move at level 11? What are you doing? Why did I use tackle? Oops. Big Bird Run. I think he said Big Bird Runway. Like, he sponsored his own air company. He's like, alright, take off for your dream vacation flight at bigbirdrunway.org. Just because he can't fly doesn't mean you can't. Big Bird's drag race. I don't know if that's like. See, the best part about that is I don't know if that would be like an actual like drag race in terms of like with like a racing event and or like a drag race in terms of drag, you know. Both are equally amazing. Honestly, how about we just combine them? Can we just combine them? May the best Muppet win. Also, okay, my sister told me about the most boomer thing my dad's ever said. Um, ever said. My sister and her friend, who's he's gay and he's like aggressive. You know, he's super into RuPaul's Drag Race, and so my sister and him were watching, and mentioned it to my dad because they were like, "Oh, we're watching RuPaul's Drag Race," and my dad was like, "What? Like NASCAR?" And it's just it's just the most boomer thing ever. Ugh. Oh my god. I forgot radical is not just something surfers say. Where you gotta remember, the radical straights are out there, Lunar, and they're coming for us. Radical is just a fun word to say. No cap, as the youth would say. Dude. Dude. But yeah, like RuPaul's Drag Race. You mean like NASCAR? And I could genuinely see the confusion, like where it would happen, but it's genuinely hilarious. Like what? Radical straight? I know, right? They're everywhere. They're in the walls. It could be anyone. It could be, you know, your colleague at work. It could be your next door neighbor. It could be your teacher. It could be that man hiding behind, you know, your windows looking at you every night. It could be any of them. Any of them could be out to get you. They could be dressed as a giant yellow flying animal. They're everywhere. Now that's scary. Exactly. And they're all smoking the devil's lettuce as well. That's how you know. Can I be a radical straight on my skateboard? You know, if you gotta first build a skateboard that is physically unable to turn, and then you can go do some radical straights. You know, really grind some asphalt or something. Uh, throw a kickflip back for the Lord. You know, the things skaters do. Who asphalts exactly? It's like it's when, you know, something's been crushed and there's two like cheek indents and there's like whose fault is wait, whose ass is at fault for this? That's what we're talking about exactly. Smoke the devil's lettuce, but I'm not radically straight. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. It's just a gateway. It's a gateway. It's a it's a gateway. Right? The term gateway sexuality is the dumbest thing. I can't even get it out of my system. It's a gateway sexuality to becoming a radical straight. It's what, you know. Can't believe it. This is such an American comment. This is literally like American puritanical Christian like conservative fucking aesthetic right now. Literally just that. Do a kickflip. Hallelujah, hallelujah, ballyhoo, my lord. I want a I want a I want a shirt. I want a shirt that says "I skate for Jesus." I want a shirt like that. You can't convince me that wouldn't be the greatest thing ever invented. Grinds to the straightest degree. Like, we're whipping out our protractors to make sure we're going in a straight line. point A to point B, no curvature, no extra stops, none of that. None of that. In my experience, Christians prefer rollerblading. Yeah, but the hipsters took that back. They took it from the man. They took they took for really aggressively straight people, rollerblading Christians really kind of gay, honestly. I respect the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the skate. Why are there skirts with Jesus skating on them? I'm not even surprised. I feel like I should be surprised, but I'm not even surprised. Also, how have I? Oh wait, I'm trying to put the Swablu to sleep, but it literally, I think it has early bird, so it's not working. Oops. The skate was the murder weapon. They ran poor Kermit over with the skateboard. You can tell from those horrible drag marks. I don't acknowledge hipsters as people. Sorry. Damn. Uh, that's an amazing sentence. What do we consider them as? Like coffee fixtures? Like are they on the same level as like a coffee table at like a store? Like what level are we talking? But yeah, no, I don't want Jesus skating. I want just I skate for Jesus shirt. Just black shirt, white text, no context, The only text I want is context. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Do a cursey? Wait, what's a cursey? Damn. The devil shouldn't, if God wanted me to eat my vegetables, he shouldn't have made the devil's lettuce. I sound like red-pilled Chad Redditor. But hipsters are NPCs. Oh my god. Oh god. The sweaty energy is just emanating off of that chat, off of that comment. Well, man, how could you? Actually, do you perchance mod for any subreddits, asking for a friend, and that friend is the UN? They would like to know your location. They've received some concerning reports. I don't know. Hipster stuff is like any other subculture, at least in the US. Is all I can speak of. It's like any other subculture. It starts from people like it's an actual real subculture. In this case, lower class people like thrift shopping and like just being sensible and not buying new clothes constantly, and gets hijacked by wealthy white people. And that's how you get pre-ripped jeans, much like pre-ripped farts. They're like already out there and about. Also, oh, I forgot, I had to run 2 ads. KR, I think, was it KR? Someone did an ad, but I couldn't do it back then because I just done an ad at the beginning of the stream. Hipsters are the fad followers? So the rich people. Exactly. In other words, it's the rich. It's the rich. They follow whatever is hot. Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, what always ends up being hot is things that come from subcultures, whether that's LGBTQ+, whether it's various minority subcultures in countries, whether it's in this case it was lower income, which I mean all these can have some crossover because of how American society is, but I think you all know what I'm saying. And then they become mainstream because I think people generally have a need to like not be like other girls, hashtag, like the kind of like that kind of vibe. They want to be different, and so but eventually it doesn't work. Merc, exactly. Official fist. That's a perfect name. So wait, are you like an official who fists, or are you a fist that is official?
Who's that Pokemon?
I mean, it's very important context. Also, thank you for the follow. Thank you. When not the hemoglobin is the powerhouse of the blood cell. When emo was the hot, the hipsters were after them. I mean, I think hipster at this point. Uh, See, that's just like yeah, trend or fad followers or whatever, right? Elmo. I just realized putting the emo and Elmo, it's basically the same word as a hipster. I am both. Ooh, both at the same time. That I was for some reason I was not expecting that to be the answer to the question, but now I'm glad it is. The definition of hipster, yeah, but I guess in my mind, hipster is like a specific, you know, it's like the 2010s coffee aesthetic, you know, with like secondhand clothes, scarves, uh, I don't know, plaid or something. I mean, I wear plaid a ton, so I'm not really gonna, you know, it's not all these things are just like straight up like, oh yes, if you wear this, you're a hipster. You know, having glasses that aren't actually real, like that kind of vibe. Front because people like being frugal. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. In my mind, they were always like separate, like distinct, right? Just because you know, hipster to me is like a very specific type of fad follower, or at least the fads they followed were very specific. You know, it's like you had to be, you know, wealthy, like it's like kind of like you're wealthy enough to like buy and use Apple products, but also like, you know, or like if you buy pre-ripped jeans at like a retail clothes store, then you're a hipster kind of thing. Or if you buy like these are all hipster it's not synonyms, symptoms, that kind of thing. Pat 2010 Meeks is back. Meeks, I'm not attacking you. You are not a hipster. You are just weird. No, I'm just kidding. I honestly I've loved the insight we've gotten into your fashion choices in those days personally. Also, you're Canadian. You're allowed to wear plaid. You're like Appalachian individuals. You're allowed to wear plaid whenever you want. It's like, you know, no one can take that away from us. Um, Live far enough south that the hipster look would die from the humidity. That is too real. I'm gonna cry. Joke's on you, official fist. I may live pretty far south for most of my life. But I would wear black jeans and flannel shirt regardless of the weather. You can't stop me. I would just suffer until I get into air conditioning. I don't. Buys pre-rips jeans. Every new iPhone also tell you about the compost bin they set up for balcony of the 10th story New York apartment using their own feces because they want to stop shopping at grocery stores. Yeah, we'll get really on your ass about like using a metal straw to like, you know, save the planet, but then buys from all the companies they buy from you know, pollute the planet with all their extra fucking garbage they pour out in the processes, and they know but don't actually do anything because it's too much of a hassle to change. Louisa cares not for your fashion. Look, I'm gonna get heat. If I get heat stroke, I want to make sure I at least look good. Okay. Elmo's got a gun stun song stuck in your head. Oh no. If you wore it before and will wear it after, you're not. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you do that, then that's just like that's just your fashion sense. That's not like, I don't know. To me, hipster is not so much like the copying. It's just like, you know, people who copy that one specific trend, right? Because it has very specific connotations of like, yeah, I don't know. I get what you're saying though, Jin. So my brother and I got Pokemon Blue and Red on launch. When we got our Eevee from the game, he instantly evolved to Vaporeon. What did he know? He was just ahead of the curve. Look, a visionary, one might say. A vision, you know, to truly advance human civilization, we need people who can look beyond, you know, everyday, you know, physical, mortal, or, you know, basic aspects of our lives and see the truth beyond the veil. And that truth is Vaporeon copy pastas. So, hipsters on mindset. It's like, I think the defining characteristic for me for a hipster mindset is just a complete lack of self-awareness when it comes to, you know, like you're essentially trying to create an image without actually understanding why that image was there in the first place. Like, you wear thrifty clothes without truly understanding that people wear thrifty clothes because they that's what they can, just trying to save money and that's what you can afford, or you just reuse old clothes. But a hipster would spend a bunch of money to get really expensive, shitty, fake cheap clothes. Or you say you're for the environment, but then you exclusively buy Apple products. It's like a lack of self-awareness is what it is. Return to a Vaporeon copy pasta manifesto. That's what I'm gonna call my manifesto. You always gotta be prepared in case like you randomly have to write a manifesto. Like you always need a good name. I think I just figured out mine. Also, I think we're done training up for Brock. Everyone's level 14, so now we can do some gambling. Poggies. Get my plaid card. Yeah. You can't wear that. You don't have a your plaid card. Oh no. I don't know. I went to uni in the fucking boonies, pun intended, of only some of you will get that pun. Pun intended, of the Appalachian Mountains. Although I did get a sheriff, like a county sheriff, from like where the right next to where the university is in the mountains, who like essentially accused me of being a city folk when giving me a fucking bullshit fine. Like, oh yeah, usually young. He basically called me out for being young because I was like college aged. I'm college age, right? Young from the city because of my license plate, what county it was from, and probably something else. I can't remember the last one. Also, hey Draco, mushy mush. Hello. We're leveling up. I wanted to get to level 14 because we can battle Brock. That's why. Just predict: can we defeat Brock? Yes or no? I guess. We should just do yes or no. I feel like it's just yes or no. We lost to Misty last time, so it's not like we can get. It's not like we're that good at this one. And wait, do we have any hold items? That's the real question. Doing my EV evolution only runs, I used a Vaporeon named Noah. I don't know. I feel like using a Vaporeon in any situation, it's always gonna raise some eyebrows. People are assuming the worst, So we don't have the. Okay, wait. I don't think we have any hold items yet. That's fine though. Did not make that long enough. It's a fire sale. Go. No. We can. Vaporeon button that way. Wait, what does that even mean? What does that even mean for a name? Vaporeon button that way. You're gonna have to tell me how that translates to an actual name. Just letting you know that now. Because I'm not sure. Don't worry about it. Oh god. That's not ominous. That's not ominous at all. I'm in danger. Let me give all the voters points back. Yeah. We're gonna do a new vote. It's okay, World Man. I appreciate it. They're a good pupper. They're don't you know they're the most compatible pupper of all. Just like how Flareon is the most compatible Pokemon for hugging, and Jolteon is the most compatible Pokemon for instant electric death. Get electric chairs, get that out of here. That's old news. Just force someone to touch a Jolteon. It's a perfect way of execution. Umbreon is for hugging, much like Vaporeon is for anyway. Also, how's it going, Uber? I should have worked a half. Are you missing the stream to provide money for living? That's kind of nerdy. Wow, what a dweeb. No, I'm just kidding. How you doing, Uber? I hope you're having a good one so far. Also, bisous, Machi, bonne nuit. À demain, Herc. À demain, bonne nuit. I hope you have a good night of sleep. Bon courage. Oh, merci. Bon courage pour vous, pour votre papier. I don't really know how to say, like, I don't know. I'm just directly translating the word paper to French, kind of thing. Vote in, predict, gamble. It's my favorite Lord of the Rings character, Gimli. The short of a lot of noises. If you were cultured, you would understand. No, just learn French. No, I'm just joking. Sylveon is for anxiety unless you read its... Wait, what does the PLA entry say? Now I'm gonna have to see it. What the heck, Evie? Now it's literally impossible for me to stay away from reading it. Also, I can't hear any music. Can anyone else hear any music? Get slightly louder. I'm gonna go perish under the sheets. Music. Music, rip the music. It's a casualty of the run, Roxy. Dead silent, louder. See, I don't know if you're messing. The thing is, I never know when the denizens of this chat are messing with me. How's that? Is that loud enough? I don't want it to like overpower my voice. That. Why? How did you butcher the spelling of like every word in that sentence? Even what I think was supposed to be my name. You just had a stroke. I hope it's on purpose, because the second half isn't even like the second half of the. It's voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir. Barely hear the snare. Isn't that supposed to be the only thing you can hear? Well, man, please tell me you've never said that to someone in real life. In like what you typed out. Oh god. Well, Brock getting mushed. We're about to mush all over Brock, if you know what I'm saying. And by that I mean we defeat him in a Pokemon battle, right? Pomme de terre is all I need to know. Honestly, you're not wrong. Pomme de terre, it's like much like how potatoes are the only food you really need to survive. Pomme de terre is the only French word you need to know. Also, hello, Cynthia Evie Magician or Magician Girl. Hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? That's a great name. Speaking of Eevees. Welcome in, welcome in. It says ribbons that it wraps around his trainer, can calm them down using fairy power. And it's also what he uses to hunt prey. Oh my god. I don't know why, but a lot of Pokemon I always imagine as like herbivores, and then the Pokedex entries are just like, let me just ruin that image for you. They all are horrible, horrible monsters that like to devour live, cute, fuzzy animals. You're doing better? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That's honestly all we can ask for, is he's doing a little bit better than we were the day before, kind of thing, right? I don't know. It's all mountains and valleys. There'd be, it goes up and down, all that kind of stuff. The pocket monsters. Is that a Vaporeon in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Oh yeah, I forgot we have to fight the youngster junior trainer, the Light Years trainer, to prove we deserve the right to beat Brock up or something. I don't remember what exactly it was. So let's do that real quick. We should be able to do this pretty straightforwardly. Oh! I think I over-leveled Shroomish. Oh. I forgot. I didn't realize. I was just pressing A. Oh no. What do I do? What do we do? What's the solution? Do we just say it's a dumb mistake? Let's just use... I don't know if we can beat Brock with 5 Pokemon, with one of our 2 good Pokemon for this gym not able to fight. What do we think we should do? Do we put Shroomish in the box for this fight because it's over-leveled, or we just say, I'm just being dumb, kind of thing? Last week was really bad? Oh no! I hope, what kind of bad are we talking? You obviously don't have to share anything you don't want to, but I hope it wasn't like, life-threateningly bad. And yeah, it's all, at least week to week, things can get better. It's all about finding things that, cheer you up. I honestly believe like short-term happy stuff or like cheerful stuff can leads to long-term. If you just gotta get a bunch of them. Maybe that's my ADHD brain not actually recognizing long-term reward and being very short-term. Like I'm essentially that one like bird that pecks a button and gets like a little like a blueberry. That's me and everything. But ville et ville. That sounds like you're like a vampire. Couch air a vacuum, my sis swath. This makes me think, well, man, of those like recipes put through Google Translate like 700 times, and like look at what comes out. Discovering birds, according to the Pokedex, is like discovering new deep sea marine life. Honestly, you're not. That's pretty spot on, Draco. It's like, you know, you think you're discovering some cute little animal, wondrous being, and it's like, no, this is actually like, this is actually a squid that has rows and rows of teeth on all of its limbs and like sucks the brains out the back of your head. I leveled in the gym? Okay. Roxy, that sounds like a good idea. You shroomish, Evie? Okay, okay. Silly, goofy action. I mean, that sounds like the perfect description as to what goes on in this stream. Silly, goofy action. Use the mushroom. Yeah, it's the mascot. Also, yeah, thank you for the follow, though, Cynthia. You were in the hospital for stomach issues. Oh, God. Are they resolved or are they, like, chronic? I feel like... Was it, like, an appendicitis thing? Oh, I already battled him. What am I doing? Let's battle Brock. Genuinely happy moments are foundation to a happy life. Well, there you go. Look at that. That sounds like it's definitely something that's cited and sourced and in a paper somewhere. So I'm smart. I'm a big smart. Look at me getting things right, or at least in theory. In practice, it's harder, right? Inflamed intestine. Oh my God, that sounds very painful. Oh my God. I hope both A, yeah, that you're obviously like, yeah, you're recovering, and B, that you don't live in the US, or at least did not have to pay that much for treatment. I hope it wasn't too like expensive or anything, because I know how those things can get. Need proof? Just look at Charmander. All birds are born as reptiles. That's why no one has ever seen a baby bird. I bet if someone got Big Bird pregnant, I bet we could see a baby bird. And I stand by that. I stand by that statement. I'm not taking that back. How come the Pokédex is a description of Pokemon? Why do you have to catch all of them to fill out the decks? They all have the data already. My running theory, Roxy, is that Professor Oak literally just wants, he wants, like, you know, the protagonist and the rival to just leave their houses so he can continue banging their moms in peace. Because they're definitely, you know, they definitely get nasty when the kids are gone. And he's like, all right, we're getting interrupted too much. How about I send them on this journey to complete the Pokedex or something? All right, get out there, Bucko. You'll have a new father when you get back, and maybe even a new sibling. Also, I should probably pay attention. I'm in the gym battle. Luckily, I'm only 1 times effective, super effective. So we're gonna use Mudslap just to lower accuracy, do a bit of damage. But I think we're gonna switch out because we need Mudkip for later. Doing better. I'm on medical card, so it's fine. I live in the USA. Oh, I'm glad that at least you you know, don't have to go through the secondary effect of getting any sort of injury or sickness or medical emergency, and that's rampant medical debt. God, that's depressing. But no, I'm happy that it's on the up, and hopefully it doesn't, you know, happen again. I don't know if it's, yeah, at least not a reoccurring thing. Oh God, freaking! I've been lucky enough to most of my life not have too many medical issues, right? Like the majority of them were like injuries playing sports or whatever. And like, I think I had acid reflux thing when I was a kid that I had to get treated. They put like a little camera. They had to put a camera in my esophagus, and that's how I learned to. Anyway. Fun fact, you can seek asylum in Canada as a gay person because America's recent southern law. That's so depressing. It's so depressing. What the fuck? I mean, it's great that people can seek exile. There's a place for people to, but that's so depressing that it's necessary. Also, did you just use Rock Tomb and miss? That's so don't me, Lunar. You know what I'm saying. You know everything I say is true. Looks like we're battling. Here we go, mushy. Here we go. Low fat diet. Oh no. Oh no! I assume just to like, yeah, protect your intestinal walls or something. I don't really know. I clearly don't know how this works. I am clearly not a medical professional, but yeah. What kind of things can you eat in a low fat diet? Like, what are you allowed to eat specifically? Is it just like? Because I mean, when I think of fat, there's like different kinds of fat, right? And there's, you know, different kinds of. Oh wait, what? Oh, you're switching to Vulpix, I assume. Yeah. Okay. We are going to switch out. You're probably going to use Substitute, maybe? Let me check real quick. Okay. We'll go to... No. We'll go to Boomer, just because Boomer is literally not useful against anyone else on this team because of their rock typing. And we'll try to, like, you know... Because we also have Natural Cure, so I could always just switch out here. Now, actually, wait, now that I know it's not going to use Hypnosis this turn, since I have Natural Cure, I can switch into someone else. Like Kringus McDingus. And Boomer will wake up, and it'll probably just use Substitute, and then since we have Flash Fire, it can't use Ember on us. So it'll probably just try to... Oh, it went for Confuse, right? Never mind. Never mind. Vulpix spotted. I love... Vulpix is an adorable Pokemon. That's one of the Pokemon I'd want as a pet. It just looks so fluffy. Like, look at its little paws. Look at his tiny little cute little paws. And we hurt ourselves in Confusion. That's not the best. And we're now asleep. Okay. It's probably gonna go for Substitute now, but like it can't do anything to me though. I literally have Flash Fire, so it's just gonna boost up my special attack via, yeah. So I think Kringus can literally the only way I lose against Vulpix is that I hit myself in Confusion to death, which probably will happen. Have I tried Pokemon Sleep yet? What is that? Is that like a Pokemon sleeping app? Is that what that is? That sounds interesting. What was that Mushy? What do you mean, what was that Mushy? What? Also, hold up. A silent understanding is that while Professor has studied all these Pokemon in the wild for short periods of time, you are catching them so he can observe their day-to-day behavior and interaction with other Pokemon species. Oh, I see. Yeah, that just sounds like an excuse to get the kids out of the house so they get more private time, right? That's what that feels like to me. Not gonna lie, Draco. Why not Ivan? Why not Ivan as in why not switch to Ivan? Chicken, rice, chicken, rice, bread, fruits, vegetables, stuff like that is all you're allowed to have then? So no dessert, essentially. No dessert other than like occasionally fruit. Why not switch to Ivan? Oh, I'm not switching to Ivan because Kringus and Boomer the Swablu can't really do much against anyone else other than die horribly. So even though against Vulpix, like we have water type attacks, by using the Pokemon I'm not going to use anywhere else, it at least gives me, you know, a bit more flexibility to take care of the other like I'm saving all of Ivan's health kind of thing. Sending kids to capture the Pokemon so he can do animal testing on them. Honestly, sounds about right. It's for science, Roxy. We need this Vaporeon transferred stat. It's for science. Look, no, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing to them. Just know that I need a lot of specimens because you need a large sample size. Want to hear something cute? I always want to hear something cute, Cynthia. Lay it on us. Let's. I want to hear it for sure. Pokemon Sleep has shiny? Wait, really? All I do is deep sleep, and as far as it's concerned, I could just be dead. It's like, yeah, this is this person is deceased. Never enter a deep sleep, and it's so funny. More accurate if I connect a Fitbit to it. I don't know. I feel like, okay, so can you use it like without a Fitbit or a watch? I assume it's just like an app on the phone. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it. It'll probably tell me that my sleep is horrible and that I should give up trying to get a good night of sleep. Penalties or rewards for sleeping over 8 hours? I normally sleep like 12 to 14. What, like instead of having deep sleep, you have just like double the amount of like light sleep or something? You have cats? Can we get cat pics? Cat pics? There's a cat pic channel in the Discord. I must see the cats. I do in fact think cats are adorable, so that's like healing all by itself. Also, this Rhyhorn has Flamethrower, but honestly, do we care? It's not even, it used Tail Whip. I don't think it even will do much damage with a super effective Flamethrower because it's a Rhyhorn. So basically only tracks the sound of what you're doing. My results were skewed because I heard my cat purring against me. Oh, that's adorable. See, 5. That's like, are you trying to get one for each evolution? That's the real question. That's the real question. Because so far, that's Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Umbreon, and Espeon. So you got the classics, right? Post your big old kitty. Not the big old kitties, Roxy. I hate that. Big old kitties. Your kig old biddies. Big old kitties. I'm shaking. How could Roxy do this to us? God, yeah, I wonder what Pokemon Sleep would say about, like, listening to a cat sleeping. Like, yeah, you clearly have, like, lung problems or something. Alright, let's go back to Kringus. Biddies. Biddies. Show Biddy. No. I do love cats, though. Cats are always a joy to see. Even hairless cats, as horrifying as they can be. Lunar, what did you send me? should I listen to this now or something? Ooh, I mean, he sent me some beautiful photos. Oh my goodness, those are gorgeous. What the heck? What was that? Whoa, man! 80 some biddies. Thank you so much for the biddies, the prideful biddies too, the best kind of biddies. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, well, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll make sure to not spend them all in one place. Nora, Barry, Scarlet, Litten. Oh, you have one called Litten and Eevee. That's I love them. Were those the ones you got to name? That's the real question. Also, Fuse Ray again, and we're asleep. This Vulpix is literally just killing itself via substitute because it can't actually damage me. I mean, if you want to later, you can. Just mesmerized by it. All right, we can do that during a ad break, TM, as in. Watch an ad and I'll listen to a little bit of it. Video of other big old kitties to Mushy on stream. How lewd. I am shaking. I am shaking. Imagine sending lewd content to streamers while they stream. That's like, I think that's banned by the Twitch Geneva Convention. I am shaking. I just witnessed big old biddies and I am shaking in my boots. Shaking so much, I literally shook down the stairs into my boots, and then the boots started shaking. Like, what? Wait, Eevee was the... Wait, OG name was Misty, and Litten name was something else. Misty is a cute name, too, for a cat. It's gotta be like a water cat, though. A blue cat. Those exist, right? Like, you know, green eggs and ham, blue cats and jam. Don't eat cats. That sounds like you're supposed to eat the cat. Also, is this I think this is the last Pokemon other than... I don't know if I can't remember if we killed Kabuto. Genuinely. But, we're gonna go Sturgeon and use Leech Seed. Commission Yaoyart, a Mushy, and Sad. Honestly, I am waiting with so much excitement for someone to commission really cursed, like, smut of my avatar. Especially if it's like, there's like the one where it's like, you know, there's Yaoyart, there's like Mushy Mado with like the ink cap and the maid outfit. Like, I'm waiting one day. That's my singular goal as a VTuber, is to get to the point where people start doing that. That's all I want in life. Scarlet's name is based on Scarlet. Oh my god, I love that. Oh, I love how many Pokemon team names these are. Oh, what kind of cats are they though? Let me go. Yeah, what kind of cats we talking? They're doing it, but bathing a cat is basically torture unless it's like a hairless cat. Yeah, unless the cats themselves like really like being in water, then don't make them do it. You know? Or like use like a little cup. Don't like put them in a bathtub. Use like a little cup. Tabbies? Oh. Tab. Oh, sauteed mushy art. You know, I would any art at all I love, but some of them would definitely make me more concerned for my well-being. I do not want to be sauteed. That sounds painful. Sounds so painful. Also, we probably should have just used Mega Drain on Onyx turn 1, but we Leech Seed and also paralyzed it just to make a statement. Oh, we didn't kill Kabuto. Okay. Well, Sturgeon, I guess, just counters the whole team other than Vulpix. He used a lemonade. Sorry, Brock. I don't think that's gonna be enough. Being sauteed on low heat would be like a hot tub? Exactly. Like, slowly boil... You know, like, the thing about frogs, how if you start the temperature low enough, they won't realize that they're being boiled alive. It's like what hot tubs are, right? You know, if someone makes me like a lewd art, I would, you know, I'd feel obligated to get a version of it for the avatar and do hot tub VTubing streams. That's all the rage nowadays. I can't guarantee I'd do that. I need to get my new model first, which will cost money, because money can be exchanged for goods and services. So, Barry and Nora, named after Flash family Barry Allen and Nora West Allen Barry's. Wait, Barry Allen has a daughter? What? Since when? Mush tubbing stream at the mush tub. I mean, the goal for it would be like if I need to get my new avatar for that. Because my current avatar is much like the metaverse. It doesn't have legs. I said no. No, I wouldn't be like lewd or anything. It'd just be silly. And you know, it'd like be going to the beach you're still wearing like a shirt, you know, like that kind of thing. Don't worry. Miss my cat. He's like at home laying about probably, but I still miss him. Wait, Roxy, why don't you have your cat with you? Wait, what? What? Also, Barry, we can just pretend Barry was named after your rival in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, Cynthia. It's just that Barry, who honestly, I have a soft spot for Barry. Because you're at work? Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like it was like someone else, it was like maybe at family's house or something, you couldn't reach it. Oh, at least you get to get a nice, you know, warm welcome for your cat. Not Speedo Mushy. That is horrifying. That is a terrifyingly cursed mental image. Like, dear God, dear Jesus, I have skated and I have sinned. TV shows, at least Nora West Allen is the comics. It's Dawn. I just didn't even know Barry Allen was. I thought he was like 20, like 18. I didn't even know. Is this a thing where like it's his future daughter because he like ran around and like time traveled by just running fast enough? Are you Mushmaid? Top half is human, bottom half is just a mushroom stump. No, it's actually a mushmaid. A mushmaid. It's actually the reverse. It's like a giant mushroom, like a little mushroom hat. Like the hat I have on right now. It's like a mushroom cap, and then it turns into a really, really uncomfortably sexy pair of legs. You know, no. I do want eventually one day, if no one commissions it, I might commission it myself once I have enough, you know, spare cash to, and I don't have to get like, you know, put my cash to that I use for streaming to like, you know, streaming assets necessarily. I would make a mushy made art. The idea is perfect. It's like the ink cap from Smushy Come Home. When we played it, we got the ink cap. It's like black and it's like dripping a little bit. It's really cute. And then like a black, you know, mate. It just sounds so cute. I want it. I want one. Yeah, oh, I did see Draco. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I saw it, but I probably would have forgotten until if you hadn't mentioned it because my brain. But no, I have. But that's like Bagon, or do you want any dragon types as well? If we don't get Bagon, is that what you said? Do you want to just like reserve your name for Bagon / dragon types? What did we get last time? Classic Victorian look. Exactly. Roxy, this is why we rewatched Kobayashi Maid Dragon, so we could learn about the different maid styles, maid uniform styles. Also, how's it going, Hammy? Hello. How you doing? Get game delivered. Ooh. What game is it? Also, is it Pikmin 4? Because actually, yesterday was Friday. Yeah, at work, I was doing stuff, and someone asked me if we had Pikmin 4, because I didn't realize it literally came out yesterday, and yeah, we had it. I got to see some still wrapped Pikmin 4 games, and gave one to the guy, and he was I was excited. I'm like, damn, is Pikmin 4? I forgot they were making new Pikmin, because I know Pikmin 3 for the Switch was disappointing for some people because it was kind of short. I can't remember Pikmin 4. Is that like a full-length game? Also, we're taking Skrungledorp with us. Actually, no, we'll keep Skrungledorp in the box for now. Butterfree is a great Pokemon, but we already have a flying type. So we'll just go with this team still. Classic Victorian. Need repels for the Bagon? That's a good point. We also just need items in general. Just generally. Yokai Watch 4. Oh, wait, what are there two? Are the two pluses supposed to be there? Are like the two positive ends of the of batteries or something? What are these two pluses for? Game is only released in Japan because the company is shut down. So wait, is it going to be all in Japanese? And how's that gonna work? Gotta go. BRB. See you next time. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, Hydra. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Kiss, 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 kiss. Thanks for stopping by. Posted pics of my cats. Let me see. Also, welcome to the server. Welcome in. Cat posting. Dog. Cringe put a dog. So many dogs, doggos, and catos. Cats in Middle Ages, hardworking, went to church, walk on hind legs, contributed to society. Cats now, lazy and ungrateful, atheists, too lazy to walk on hind legs. Oh my god, I'm saving this meme. Onion put this meme in the cat posting channel. I fucking love this so much. Also, can I just say, one of the most terrifying art, some of the most terrifying art in existence is animals in medieval paintings. Like, especially like goats and sheep. They just look like humans. It's terrifying. Oh, we got Gary. Bunch of Gary. Oh, look at that cute catling. Yeah, my cat's too. The cat we have is way too fat to lay like in front of me on my desk. So whatever he does, he just sits on everything. His tail knocks off a bunch of like Pokemon and Magic cards that I have like stacked up that I haven't organized, and then he sits halfway on my keyboard and has no reservations about like just walking across all the buttons. Also, Roxy, those cute cat. Oh my god, is that what's your cat's name though? Roxy. Also, Cynthia. Oh my god, that first one is majestic. The black and white, the tuxedo cat. Oh, we have another cat watching you play some. Wait, is that watching you play Pokemon? Very cute. His name is Wee. Like, really? It's W-E-E? Is it because he pisses everywhere? Hold up. Oh, look at that gray cat is so small and floofy. Cynthia, oh my god, how old is that gray cat? Which one is it? That's so cute. Japanese games thankfully work on an American Switch. Oh, they're not region locked, right? Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Classic Nintendo move, am I right? If it was region locked. Small kitten, he is no longer small. Oh, I love him in the paper grocery bag, Roxy, because whenever my cat comes into my room, I have like I opened one like gift bundle thing of the Lord of the Rings magic thing because I just wanted to open it and genuinely do like the art a lot, and just open it for fun. Spent a little bit of money on it, not too bad. But it has this like leftover box that's like not. It's way smaller. It's like maybe I don't know, like 5 inches by 10 inches. It's pretty small, but it's like really light. And he just sticks his head in it and he just like walks around and flails with it. And when it doesn't come off, he just starts walking into things. Like me and my sister will be having a conversation and he'll just like come over to us, stick his head in the box and just get really confused. And it's fucking amazing. It's so cute. We have to, he is peak. He is such a himbo. He is, because he's also thick. He is a thick, muscular cat. He's a Norwegian forest cat. He's very majestic, but so stupid. And he's great. He's great. He went into the bag. Yeah. There is the very small one. Last year, he's over a year old now. Oh, so that was when he was a little baby kit. I love cats with big swishy tails that wreck. I know, right? Yeah. My cat. I say my cat. It's my sister's cat, but it's I'll just say my cat because it's kind of like family cat at the moment. His name's Odin, right? And he's an Norwegian forest cat, and he has the biggest, swishiest, floofiest tail. And it's even better because when he gets shaved during the summer, it's grown mostly back now. But when he got shaved, it's just his tail, his head, and like the ends of his paws are really poofy, and everything else is like fucking bald, and it's amazing. Told my sister will because she moved out. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, if I get an apartment, if I can get an apartment eventually, which I mean I'm hopefully going to eventually, finally get my own proper place now that I'm getting some money. Hopefully I can get one that allows like some pets. I might not get a cat immediately, but like eventually one day getting a cat, I do want a cat. So much healing energy as well. I still have no clue what's gonna be going on, but I'll still have fun. Hey, I mean, Hammy, from what I know, a lot of people learned English, and probably other language, but learned English by playing English video games growing up. So it seems like a good way to learn a language. I mean, honestly, if you want to learn a language, play games that you want to play, like new ones, in that language, and you'll be forced to try to figure things out. And it's just it's kind of like how, since I've listened to so much I listen to so much J-rock, J-pop, Japanese music, that I have a better ear for like pronunciation. Like I still can't speak Japanese, but I can at least pronounce things better than I would have otherwise because I hear the words. So by reading it, you get used to reading and translating it kind of in your head the more you do it. Also, welcome back, Uber. You have returned. Welcome back, welcome back. How you doing? Scientifically proven that cats purring on you is beneficial for your health. Scientifically proven in a peer-reviewed study. I love that so much. Oh wait, now that we got the running boots, we don't have to constantly speed up. We probably will anyway. Also, I love how, since I named my character Mushy 2 because this is the second attempt of the run, my mother in this game also calls me Mushy 2, so it just sounds like I'm the second child, but no one knows where the first Mushy went. Oh god. Honestly, Roxy, the cats going into bags and boxes and other things, like you spend money buying them, like, you know, cat towers and scratching posts and dedicated toys, and they're like, thank you so much, but I actually just want to use this garbage box and a plastic bag and a hair, like, you know, a hair band, and that's all I need to be happy as a cat. It's like, all right, I guess, literally. Just never use what you get, like you're intending them to use. They just use everything that's just actual garbage instead. Also, I think Equine's gonna evolve now, right? Level 15. Poggies. So these are done that show people exposed to happy and healthy cats does increase your ability to fight off colds. That's really, I assume it's just, maybe it's just a lowered stress level, because the one thing about stress is that it makes you susceptible to a lot of other things just by being present. Like, you're more likely to get sick when you're stressed, like consistently stressed, just because like your body's dealing with you know, a lot of other stuff at the same time, right? So I can see why that might, I can see a link there. It's the missing link of, you know, trying to predict the optimal chain and counter chain for this run. Honestly, I have given up on optimizing anything. I gotta tell you, optimal stuff is out the window at this point. I'm just hopefully I can catch whatever I end up coming across. I think last time we got either Vulpix or Growlithe on this route, and it used Roar and ran away. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. You know. Right. Also, I know I'm speeding up, but it's because we got past this part in the first attempt, and it's really just battling a bunch of random Pokemon. So, sick. Okay, we got paralyzed, but you have Natural Cure. I love Natural Cure. What a great ability. Why did I use Low Kick against a Pichu of all things? It's like the worst Pokemon to use Low Kick against. It's literally like half a pound. Let's go heal real quick. Got some news. Ooh, good news, bad news, mid news? What kind of news? Where are we dropping with this news? You know what I'm saying? The phrase "where we dropping" is kind of fun to say, unironically. If it's a Growlithe again, just risk the turn 1 catch. Yeah, well, the thing is, we could put in Boomer first, because that means we'd have Sing. So we could try to use Sing, so we'd probably outspeed. I mean, we have a high chance of missing, but we could outspeed. Sadly, we don't have Spore on Shroomish yet, but we should get that eventually. Ba-bum, bum, bum, da-dum. Dun, dun. Pichu weighs 4.4 pounds. Oh my god. That is kitten sized. Actually, I don't know how. Kittens are probably even lighter than that, now that I think about it. Oh, we already fought you. Okay, let's, yeah. Well, we don't have, like, any potions. Okay, I'll have to buy some, but... Another Eevee Monk S. I know, we have 2 Eevee fans. We're collecting it. It also, cursedly, Uber, I think Cynthia popped in while we were talking about the cursed Vaporeon stuff and other Eevee things, so... I don't know how to... I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Is that any stress, but the cool thing, Scarlet's my support animal. like a registered support animal, or just it supports you always? Buying a harness and a leash for her. I'm trying to train her with a harness. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Honestly, something about just like images of support cats and like cats with leashes and little harnesses makes just heals me just by seeing them. Like I'm thinking, those like videos of like cats who were like really overweight, and so like to train they would have to walk, like it's that there's one that's like walking on a treadmill underwater, and like there's like Staying Alive is playing to it, and there's one that's like trying to swim and it has a little like harness on. I don't know something about cats wearing harnesses is like the cutest thing ever. I don't get it. But that's really great, Cynthia. Hopefully, I know like a support cat. That probably is crazy to get like a cat to be so fine with like because normally when I think of support dogs, like they're obviously I know cats are more than smart enough to learn do the same things, but they like people a lot less, or at least crowded places. Also, yeah, very blurst. Exactly. Uber, I'm glad you understand. You understand so well. It's very blurst. Exactly. Also, ooh, an Electrike. I like that a lot. That's fun. I've always liked Electrike a lot as a Pokemon. One of my favorite underrated electric types in Pokemon, honestly. Okay, we did get a paralyzed, and we missed. We missed. And can we sing? I just want to sing. Okay, we're not gonna get it asleep. That's fantastic. So let's stun sport. And then we can leech seed and let it drain some HP. And just spam. Also, yeah, if everyone here, this is a question for everyone here. If you were an Eevee, what evolution would you evolve into? Or would you say unevolved? Because I think Eevee might say unevolved. Did I have a Vaporeon command in Duckstream after all? I'm surprised there isn't one. Maybe there was one at some point, and I just didn't realize. Also, does this Electrike have a name already? Does anyone remember? Like, my memory ain't what it used to be, and I don't even remember how good it was because my memory's gone. I know Draco has redeemed for Bagon potentially, but I don't think that we have any. Okay, so we have open naming rights. Whether someone wants to spend those points or bribe or shout into the void and see if the name you come up with is fun one and I pick it. I don't know. Do you name it Jolteon? Oh no. No, you're saying you're turning into Jolteon, not naming Electric Jolteon. Not that wouldn't be funny, but you don't. Okay, so wait, Jolteon's your favorite Draco. That's a pretty rare favorite evolution. You know what I love Jolteon? I love Jolteon specifically in this game. Like the sprite art in Fire Red Leaf Green for Jolteon is amazing. Like it peaked. Like I love the sprite art for Vaporeon and Flareon in this game too, but Jolteon is like noticeably so good in this game. Good looking, like not good. It's a decent Pokemon to use. Electric types are pretty good. You need to teach it like Thunderbolt though. Did have a Vaporeon command. Thing is, she's very attached to me and can tell if something's wrong. Oh, well, story said before she was adopted. We adopted her. She was told she was hit by a car. Oh no! Very shy around of cats. Oh, honestly, I know you said that she's your support cat, but like, in my personal opinion, especially when it comes to cats, you're her support human, Cynthia. So you're helping her just as much as she's helping you with that support, because cats need that too. Cats, because so like the American short hair or whatever called, like tabby cats in America, like the most common cats in the U.S. Those are the kind of cats that typically are a bit more standoffish. Like they're like typical cat behavior is what we think of it. But most cats, they really do like social. It's just maybe they're like introverts where they only have like a limited social environment, or they only like one or two people. So they also need it. Name it Uber. I'm shaking my head. I wanted to make one. Uber, if you can make one, if you do it correctly, name it Gilleton. Cat. I do love Gilleton. Jolteon sounds like a mecha from, I don't even know what. Sounds like a really scuffed mecha. Name it Jolteon. Should I just call it Jolteon because that's what's in the redeem? Also, how you doing, Kat? Hello. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. That's what it is. Are you gonna stream today, Kat? Poggies? Wait. I remember you seeing an announcement. I saw a ping. Said you weren't streaming one of the days this weekend. You're okay? I hope you. I want you to be more than okay. Why are you just okay? No stream today? Are you getting to relax, or is it because you gotta, you know, got stuff to do? Also, oh, I thought you meant Uber like, exclamation point, Vaporeon, and then it would just put the copy pasta in. You know, on an entire team of Ubers. Be an Uber massacre. Bolt. Oh, I forgot about Bolt. That's a good one for Electrikes and for Yampers. So should we do Jolteon or Jolaton? That's the okay. We can do a poll if we really want to, or let's just see the vibes, what people are feeling. How you doing? I'm doing pretty all right. No work today because I don't really work on the weekends at the moment. So like got to sleep in. Had a nice din with the family. Made my parents realize once again that I'm radicalized. Just the usual. Kai pasta is too long. Oh yeah, you just do like up until it cuts off, and it's even better because like someone got shot while saying it. On my toilet, so I can't make poll. Oh, okay, that's fine. Kat, you get final decision. Do you want Jolaton or Jolteon? Final decision. She's been doing better. It took a while. She likes Eevee a lot, and she'll give Eevee's baths as well. Oh, that's adorable, Cynthia. I mean, like, what I always say is like the best thing for a cat is to just have another cat. Not only as like for the cat's own well-being, but like for the pet owner's well-being too. Because if you just have one cat and you say like you go to like school or work and you're gone for a lot of the day, they get bored. That's why they like piss everywhere or rip stuff up or get into trouble. But if there's two cats, they essentially entertain each other in different ways, right? Jolteon is pretty good. I shall live with the consequences. You did the typo. Also, yeah, it's like it's off-brand Jolteon, Jolaton. It makes perfect sense. Also, let's go to Socrates. Socrates. It's not Socrates, it's Socrates. In the Jolteon, the redeem was a typo. Cat is embracing the typo lifestyle, and I respect that. I respect that so much. Jolteon's pretty good. I feel like everybody actually just wanted Jolteon to be the name, and but now we have Jolaton. And now I hope everyone's not molding too bad. Very cute. As long as, I mean, if it's about cats, of course I do. Of course. I never not want to hear about cute cats. Typo negative lifestyle. Exactly. Is that the universal donor or the universal receiver? The Bob Ross lifestyle. You didn't finish the Brock Pole goofball? That may be true, and I may be a goofball. But I actually don't have a rebuttal to this. Let me do it real quick. I'm sorry, I forgot. Will Brock get mushed? Brock did indeed get mushed. Congrats to the believers. The bag on, please. Don't you worry. I think I need to go get some Pokeballs though, because I think I only have like 3. So even if we do get a bag on, it might not be enough. But let's look at Jolaton. This will be very useful for the next gym. You're static, very cool. Lonely nature. Never remember what that one is. Probably plus speed, maybe minus. I don't know. Thunderwave and Thundershock already. We love to see it. We already have Flaffy in the party though, so I guess we'll keep our team like this for now. But also hey Jet, thank you for the stretch. Thank you. How you doing? You're not a goofball. You're a fun guy. What about a fun goofball? What about a golf ball? Can I be a golf ball? I'm full of banter today. 3 mods in chat, but I took a chatter to end the poll. SMH my head. Roxy, you're saying you're in your bag today, calling out mods. Do you want to be a mod, Rox? Actually, wait, you're already a VIP. You can't be a mod. That's weird to me. Why Twitch doesn't let you be VIP and mod? At least let us be like VIMs, very important mods, so you can flex on the other mods. Also, Roxy, you are always chock full of banter. Occasionally also Chinese food, but always banter. Chillin', just trying to figure out what to do. Ooh, what are the options, Jet? What options are we looking at? What do we have that could be Oh wait, I have a lot of Pokeballs already. What am I doing? Potions. That's what I want to buy. Yes, good. What are the options? Where are we dropping all that? Chinese food is fucking amazing. Even if I know it's mostly American Chinese food, not actual authentic, but both are amazing. Not around enough to mod, unfortunately. That's true. That's true. Also, you're often at work, and I don't want to like distract you unnecessarily if you're working, right? Uh, happy mistakes, happy little accidents. Very true. Very Bob Rossian of us. Trying every dollar Chinese place I could. I feel like dollar Chinese place is just suspicious. Like at least pay a couple, like maybe like $10 for your meal. Dollar Chinese food, that's definitely like you can. That's a guarantee that the meat used in it is not the meat they're claiming it is. Like literally guaranteed. All right, let's use repel. I don't remember what we got here last time. I don't know if anyone. Oh right, there's trainers. Forgot about that. Anyone actually remembers what Pokemon we got here, if any? But hopefully we get a dragon type, And I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom floor. I think that is a better thing than just like the little middle tunnel. And then we're gonna go. We'll lead with Sturgeon because of Leech Seed and all that. Tetris, Dark Souls, or some D&D prep. Ooh, Tetris. Are we talking Tetris 99? How good are you at Tetris? I honestly randomly have watched too many like YouTube videos on competitive Tetris. Oh, this is what we got last time. I remember now. We got another Chimecho. 'Tis happy day. Who wants to name the Chimecho, assuming Draco does not actually want this friend Chimecho to be named after him? I mean, Chimecho is pretty good. Psychic type at this point in the game, we'll take it, but not again. Literally twice in a row, shaking all over the place. Dark Souls though, Dark Souls is pretty fun, but it also can be kind of stressful. So like, I don't know what kind of mood you're in right now, Jet. D&D prep is always fun though. D&D prep is always fun. Oh wait, are you doing it with Aiden and Ouija? Also, Madoka is a perfect name for a Chimecho. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, man, what the heck? I could watch while at work, but they fire people who are Sag. Are you at least allowed to podcast stuff? Also, yeah. I think it's not explicitly allowed, but I can like listen to a headphone when I'm working a lot of the time, because I'm not actually like technically not really supposed to be customer facing. It's more like that is not my job on all that stuff. You know what I mean? Take that as you will. I'm decent. Consider myself bad, but friends say I'm good. That translates to that in my mind translates to. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, we'll try. That translates to like a not when I say amateur, this is gonna sound mean, but I mean like an amateur competitor where like you're good enough to be like competitive. You're not like the top of the game, right? But you're good enough to where the point like you've gotten good enough to know how much better some other people are. You know what I mean? Like so like when I got into Smash Ultimate a lot, I was better than a random average player. Like I'd be able to beat them because I was like semi-competitive in that. But I also like felt I was not actually good at the game because I was being exposed to like really, really good players. You know what I mean? As I've heard a certain Ouija that you're interested. Yeah, I am. D&D is fucking amazing. I love it. And it's been so long since I got. Last time I got to play was Uber was our campaign. That was it's a shame it only lasted as long as it did, but it was really tough to actually do. But I talked to Ouija about it, and if there's room, I'm always down. I do enjoy a good bit of I can do certain things well, but there's such a high skill ceiling in Tetris as well. Honestly, I don't understand. I feel like Tetris is one of those things like it's kind of like Smash Bros. Melee or certain games that require very specific skill set in the sense that like I know Tetris is like all these techniques for like getting blocks like switched really quickly and like getting them doing things that like seem completely impossible to like your average person, right? But like the kind of idea that you need very quick practiced reactions, and the only way you can get that is by starting when you're fairly young, where your brain's still malleable, and just doing them over and over and over again, right? Like that's really the only way. Kind of like how chess, it's a lot easier to be amazing at chess if you're like a chess prodigy at a young age, because it's just so much easier to memorize all the things you need to memorize. and like built it into habits. Can't have earbuds or phones on the. That sounds. Oh no! Here's the bag on. Why is the bag on here now? Oh no! The bag on is here now. This is so sad. I can't escape. Maybe okay. If we have to reset, if we lose, have to reset. We're gonna try this middle hallway because maybe the bag-ons are more common there. 10 hour of silence is agony. That's just so stupid. Like I don't understand how companies don't realize that by making your employees not enjoy the job at all, they're making them do a worse job. Because like the more you enjoy your job, the better job you're gonna do, the more productive you're gonna be. So just like let people, make their experiences at their job a bit better, so they'll probably be more motivated and not dread working for you as much. Like it's just basic common sense. Tetris like middle school, because a kid mentioned they got super into it. Oh shit. Did you do any like actual like Tetris competitions and all that? Also, how does Tetris 99 stack up if you've played it? Last message? Oh, I might have missed it, Cynthia. I do miss messages sometimes. And by sometimes I mean probably often. I don't know. Got Evie. I got a kitten from a farm. That was Nora, and she was a month old. It took Evie a while to get used to her, but by the end of us amazing friends, Evie and Nora best, and they be by each other a lot. Nora was small. She would climb on she'd climb on Evie to give her a like climbing on the larger cat like it's some sort of like the Titan and Attack on Titan, just giving little grooming baths. That's so cute. Oh my god. Stop lurking as the campaign I am in starts in 15 minutes. Have a great D&D session. I hope it's a lot of fun. Man. Thanks for hanging around. Kiss kiss. Green Mario. It is in fact Green Mario. That's the actual reason most grocery stores in the US have ambient music, because it's basically hell to have employees in silence. Exactly. And you just hear squeaks of people walking around, breathing. It's just, yeah, like for example, at the unnamed tech retail company that I work for, everyone who's like working in the warehouse rather than like in sales on the floor, they all just listen to like at least have one ear listening to stuff, either whether it's music or otherwise. And it's just like it just makes people so much more productive. Like some things you can't, like some things multitasking is not good for, but like some things, especially like if you listen to music like lo-fi music, there's a reason lo-fi music is actually helps people study, right? There's a reason it actually works. It's because it helps you go into like almost like a flow state or like a focus, right? Also Madoka, I think we're gonna bring Madoka with us just because it's really useful to have a psychic type in this what's it called? In this economy? No. In this cave, because there's a lot of poison types, right? Also, we could get the Magikarp, but I think we got it last time. We won't get it this time. I think we got it last time because we didn't get to catch the Pokemon on this route. But since it didn't like run away from us with Roar this time, we don't have to worry about that. All cashiers have chairs, so it's insane. At Walmart, expects cashiers to just stand there. Yeah, exactly. Like, what? Like, do you want me to be miserable because my legs are falling off? Like what? It's like sometimes it feels like what? Do they think because you're sitting down, you're being less productive? Like, I don't understand I can't understand the thought process for some of the decisions. It's like they're being cartoonishly evil on purpose. It's like, why? Why would you do this? What is the motivation? Is it because one biased corporate study said that people who sit down during work do less or something? Like what's the point? I don't get it. Food service jobs should have more seating because I'd be sitting exactly. Like I literally end up sitting on the floor for shit, or like sitting in the nice ass chairs even though we're not supposed to. Like it's like I need to, especially I have freaking, I have like feet stuff. Like if I have feet stuff, that sounds so suspicious. I have like flat feet, or at least somewhat flat feet. So like standing up for 8 hours is incredibly painful, especially doing it every day for 5 days in a week. By the Friday, my feet feel like they're falling off, and I literally get to the point where I'm like bouncing from foot to foot, like holding one foot up in the air for a second and then switching, because it gives me some level of like relief to like the arches, my heels, and like the part right before the toes. Like everything that's not the toes is just aching at a certain point. It's like I'd be much like more pleasant as well, and like probably do a lot more work if I didn't have to worry about my feet being in pain. right? It's unsafe. Unsafe. What? Unsafe. What? You're gonna like sit in a chair and fucking explode? Like, do people trip on chairs? They know they can like most tables and desks have like this really cool feature where they have an empty space under them where you can like push a chair into, so it's out of the way. I'm just kidding. Like it's just wild to me. I mean, like I get like this being like a dumb corporate decision type thing, but like then you always get the occasional manager who's like really anal about not sitting down, even though for no reason, they're just like, you can't be sitting down. It looks like our business is not, you know, it makes it look like our business isn't, working hard. It's like, bitch, I'm making a pizza, kind of thing. Stupid how many uniform dress code requirements jobs have. To a certain point, I think it's good to make sure we dress safely, but why do my female employees need to wear pencil skirts if they're not wearing what the fuck? Wait, for pizza? Wait, really? Hold up. That is fucking ridiculous. That's wild. What the fuck? That is... Oh, wait, I thought that was a trainer. A trainer. Oh, whatever. For pizza? What? Why can you not wear jeans to work? Jeans are like... What? Like, at least at the place I work at, it's like, the main ones are like, don't wear extremely revealing clothing, whatever it may be. Like, wear pants or, like, normal shorts. Don't wear, like, flip-flops. It's like basic stuff. Like, I can wear my jeans plus, like, the shirt. Because, like, a certain degree, like, you're going to be more productive just generally if you're dressed comfortably. That's just literally reality. I don't understand. I don't get how it's so hard for like corporate plays, like people who make these corporate ass rules to understand that. It's like if you're more comfortable and you're more excited to be there and you're happier, you're gonna get more work done. That's just like basic human psychology. The rules are insane. What a freaking pencil skirts. Like what the fuck? Like if my pizza maker is wearing sweatpants and they make a good pizza, I do not give a shit. It's not like anyone even sees back into the kitchen in half these places. High school, we had a video game club, and I was the second best Tetris player. Still friends with him, but we play every so often. Oh wait, is this like wait? So this you're talking about like you still play against the person who was the best Tetris player in your school? Do is this like a like anime like shonen rivals? Like 5 years later, they're challenging each other every once in a while. A healthy shonen rival relationship. I could do most of the job sitting down since I'm so tall. That's amazing. 1950s pizza parlor. Yeah, you gotta be like fucking. If you're making pizzas at our Domino's location, you gotta be dressed in like a tuxedo, fucking suit and tie. Also, how's it going, Spooky? Protect the Marshtomp? We shall do our best. Although, I will say, I think it's less so protect the Marshtomp and more like the Marshtomp protects the rest of us, because Marshtomp is a great Pokemon in this run. But we will do our best to not let Marshtomp die like the last run against Misty, or against anyone. I'm imagining one of those like, propaganda posters like, we need you to help protect Marshtomp. Sign up today at the Mushy Military we're like the Marines, except non-violent. So really we just eat crayons most of the time. It's essentially just like a kindergarten classroom is what it honestly is. And KVD stereotypical yeah, like I and it's the kind of thing where like I get for flight attendants, like they have to look at extremely professional and they have to have like a really happy demeanor. But is it? I don't think I know a single person who actually like pretty much everyone I know says I wish they wouldn't do this because they feel bad for the employee, and B, it's creepy. Like it's creepy, like the constant happiness and smiling at people, like being forced to do that. It's just unsettling. It's like an uncanny valley. It's like what like why would you make people do this? Can I run? I can't run. This Chimecho is being kind of annoying because it's wrapping me. God damn it. Fucking random wild Chimecho is beating me up. I can't switch. What the fuck? The fuck was that? That was just a random Chimecho. Does that count as a death? I'm gonna cry. Fucking Chimecho, of all things. Oh my god. I don't even know if that counts as a death. Because it was a random wild Pokemon just spamming rap at me. What do we do? Is Marshtomp-kun already dead? Did Spooky curse him to the depths of hell? Like watching us. Exactly. Like you ask your waiter, like, you slip him a note, be like, blink twice if you can't leave. I say nay. Like, it was a random wild Pokemon that would just use spamming rap because I was too slow to run away. And I got annoyed, so instead of switching out when I got out of the first rap, I tried running away again and it didn't work. We picked up a revive. We'll just pretend like that's, we're losing like 1,000 Pokebucks for it. That sounds like a nice trade-off. It's definitely not just cheating, for sure. So you're actually training, but trying to get to the cave. I say yay. Okay, we got a yay. We got one nay and one yay. Dunsparce? Dunsparce is a little lad. So cute, so cute. You killed them. I didn't kill them. Chimecho. What? I got killed by a tentacle monster rapping me to death. That is very clearly outside of my control. Also, we really disabled. Thank you. That is so. Literally zero things I can do about that. Also, do we want the Helix fossil or the Dome fossil? Or we could do a poll for it, I guess. Weird thing to watch because they're both just silently playing Tetris in a Discord call for like an hour or two, saying, just that is a true gaming experience, Jet. Not gonna lie. One thing I hated about working at Chick-fil-A, managers wanted my ass to smile at the time. Yeah, like it's like it gives this weird like dystopian fucking like you must be happy vibe. I'm like, that's why I like getting going to French restaurants, like restaurants in France specifically, not like French restaurants here, but like restaurants in France, because tips are not actually tied. Like, you can't, when you tip, it's not tied only to the waiter. Essentially, a tip is split among everyone who works. So like the chef gets some of the tip. So like the waiter has way less incentive to like try to make. They don't have to make their pay through tips, essentially, like they do in the U.S. So a lot of them they're just assholes, and it's amazing. I love it so much. Like, there was this one guy every summer when I visit my grandparents as a kid, we always go to this restaurant. It was just like a pretty basic beachside restaurant because my grandparents lived on an island near, like, so there was a lot of like those kind of just like very relaxed crepe locations. And this guy, it was the same guy. He was eternal, and he was so grouchy, and it was great. Like, it honestly made me like him way more. My smile is creepy, so they don't force me to. Just all teeth, just no moving, eyes wide open. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a happy person, but if you're gonna make me smile at like 8:30 a.m. to sell like a fucking chicken sandwich, like, no, I can be neutral. I can be polite. That's the most you're getting out of me. Like, Gorgas thought I was miserable. Oh no, not the resting sad face or something. Being trapped sucks, but it is a mechanic in the game. I just wasn't irresponsible. Also, I'm just gonna get the Helix fossil because that's what we got last time and we never got to use it. So, all right, Marshtomp is deceased. Spooky, literally the first battle after you got here, we got trapped against a wild Chimecho using Wrap, and it slowly killed us because we couldn't hit it with our ground type moves because it levitates, so we just had Water Gun. Not the best. Also, we're gonna give Socrate Mega Punch. My normal smile scared them. Don't even have to try. It just scares them by default. Wait, what the heck? What the fuck just happened? What did I get rid of? I didn't even see the screen. Did I get rid of, like, Thunder Wave? If I got rid of... Oh, no, you must have only had 3 moves. I think you only had 3 moves. Okay, I think you had 3 moves. That's why I didn't give you an option. I got really concerned for a moment. Is this a trainer? It is. Huh. Mega Kick. Kick the... Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Okay. We should probably pay attention a little bit more and not, like, constantly almost die. Oh, another point talk. Get him, Kringus. Get him, Kringus McTingus. I believe in you. Let's antidote, so we don't have to worry about that. And then let us go to Celadon. We got some new Pokemon. opportunities though. Wish the tips were like that at Domino's. No good reason I shouldn't be tipped for the food delivery driver brought to you. Honestly, how about you just get paid more in your normal salary wage or whatever it is? Like, you know? You know what I mean? Killed Marshtomp after hyping up how useful they are. Karma, honestly, yeah. Why? I think we're just cursed. I think we are just cursed as a society. And by society, I mean just these Nuzlocke society runs. $600 of food and someone happens to own a car and have time gets $30 because I did the work. Okay, well, see, that's a whole different problem because I was thinking of like Domino's, like how some pizza places still like deliver their own pizza. If it's like an Uber driver or like a DoorDash, yeah, I'm that's just a whole different kind of taking it. It's like okay, how about this? I hesitate to blame people who like I don't want to blame like the DoorDash driver because they're getting fucked over so much. It's not their fault that they're getting the tip you aren't because they're essentially Uber and all these delivery places. I mean, they kind of did the same thing that Uber did to the taxi industry, where they took the job, made it a temp like job, like a gig work, so they don't have to give any health benefits or protections or anything to the people who do the work, and just remade it in that image. So really, it's like everyone's getting screwed over, right? It literally is society. So I can't even blame like the delivery people because they're getting screwed over just as much because they that profession used to at least have you get like health benefits if you're full time and you get like retirement stuff, and now with Uber like it's just like a shitty contract and temp work that you can get screwed over super easily. Also, how's it going, Vi? Hello, welcome in. How you doing? Hello. Don't blame fellow workers, comrade. Blame the bourgeoisie. Any delivery driver that doesn't share their tip for an offer over 100 is a dickwad. I mean, I can't even agree with that because, frankly, if you're doing delivery driving, you probably need that $100 because you're not getting paid much, and like neither is the person making the food. But that's just, like the problem is the biggest problem with like these kind of situations that they're manufactured, or at least they have the side effect, the nice side effect for corporations and companies that it incentivizes people to turn against each other instead of turn against the real problem, which is just, can we just get more wages, please? Because we can barely live on this, I think tips shouldn't be necessary. Exactly, tips shouldn't. Waiters and waitresses should not rely on tips to make minimum wage as well. Like what the fuck? It's literally just a way around paying your fucking employees what their value is. Yeah, I'm pretty shitty. Same though, same. Doesn't DoorDash and whatnot in general just it does. They lose a lot of money. They fuck their drivers over. They fuck the restaurants and literally everyone gets fucked over. Exactly. Honestly, I don't even know why they fucking exist anymore. Can we just riot? Can we cut off their heads or something? This is not proper revolutionary practice. You need to get some e-learnings to learn how to, be a proper revolutionary. I've tried to unionize Domino's before, but the smoke and mirrors make it hard to convince people that tips shouldn't be a thing. Exactly. Like if you tell someone who's like just like a casual quote unquote or like not super in depth like on like a union and like workers' rights and all stuff, and you tell them like and they hear like tips are going away, that they're gonna like resist that just by default because tips are it's essentially like the bait, it's the bait, the honey that they use to keep people complacent. We got a Sandshrew. We just got a Sandshrew. Everything's gonna be okay. Our Sandshrew is our encounter for this route. What are we naming this little Sandshrew, buddy? What are we naming Sandshrew? Alright, let's throw a Pokeball. Nice. NKVD couldn't getting ready to implement the next round of the purchase. You try to unionize women. I respect that so much. Don't give up. You gotta work on radicalizing your colleagues. Unless you work for Amazon, then you probably shouldn't say any of that because you'll get fired for saying the word union or something. Do you know the reason you get tips is so the company can choose not to pay you for gas and repairs and winter tires? You just want my tips. You're trying to screw me over by giving me more of it. Exactly. It's like, I feel like, especially the US, like so many people have been brainwashed into essentially protecting the people screwing them over. And it's just like, please. Luckily, the younger generation, I think, are better at, Also Uber. Okay. Do you want the smiley face on there? That's the real question. Do you want the smiley face as part of it, or no Uber? Talking about organizing a strike. That's great. That's great. I mean, they'll probably be able. The problem is like the whole system's so fucky that there's a ton of people who are desperate for work so bad that they can just get scab workers. But you gotta try regardless. Yes. Okay. Uber smiley face. Uber. There's no colon. You can't do a colon or parentheses in this. What the fuck? There's no smiley face. I lied. You can't do a colon or parentheses. Literally, none of the biological parts of a smiley face are possible. Sorry, Uber. Wait, hold on. Speaking of shitty reality we live in, I watched Barbie last night, and that shit made me cry so much. Like, cry in what way, though? Cry in what way? In a, holy shit, this is the worst thing ever? Or as in, like, oh, Barbie, this, capitalistic advertisement for Barbie somehow got straight to my soul. That movie really does feel from the trailer like it's half a bunch of people who really love Barbie and want to make a fun movie, and half corporate capitalistic greed, and those two halves have just been grafted onto each other to make some sort of abomination. Also, the true abomination, in my opinion, is actually Ryan Gosling with bleached blonde hair is terrifying. I hate it. The problem is waitstaff that gets ridiculous tips will fight as well. Exactly, exactly. When the real what so many people don't realize is that that ridiculous tips you get as waitstaff, if you get that, the whole argument to unionize is to just make that your normal wage, so you don't have to fucking constantly live with question marks as to whether this week will be a good week for tips or not. And then it helps everyone because it also brings people who are unable or unwilling to be fucking a smiling, dead, uncanny valley, nothing left inside drone to get tips. It helps them because they can just do the work that they're hired for and get paid a living wage. It's like, come on. It's like instant too. Wait, is it really? Oh yeah, I assume they make it instant so they can immediately replace people. Yeah, I mean, from everyone who I know worked at Amazon, they said it was fucking horrible, miserable. The churn, it was like the Amazon churn was constant. People were getting fucking let go and hired really quickly. Taking no shit, and boomers are malding that they can't get away with. Exactly. It's either they're malding that they can't get away with anything anymore, or they're malding that they essentially deep down in their souls they realize they've been bamboozled and tricked this whole time, and they don't want to admit it. So they continue fighting for the shit that tricked them. Very feminist. I love them. Oh shit, nice. I have mixed feelings though, Vibe, because on the one hand, if it's that, it's also at the same time a massive fucking advertisement for Barbie, which it's the kind of thing where like I don't really want to go to the movies to watch a giant fucking advertisement, It's like Transformers. No matter how good they could ever make this, it's still just a fucking advertisement for like toys. I'm like, you know what I mean? Also, welcome back, KR. Welcome back. Amazon is gross. Very true. I mean, I love Twitch Amazon TM. Also, let's catch up. Wait, let's catch up. Let's use our fishing rod. That sounds like more fun. Might just get a Magikarp, but that's okay. I only ever complain about food prices whenever I see those giant ass tip screens asking me for 50% tip. What the fuck? Like, what? 50%? Yeah. Also, those tip screens, like. It's also, ooh, we got a horsey. Oh, I'm so excited. This is great. I love horsey. This is like a perfect Pokemon to get. The question is, what do we name this horsey if we can catch it? But yeah, it's also the idea of how so many of these things, like tips, is just another avenue for companies and the wealthiest people who run those companies to push any costs onto either their employees or the consumers. These are all just, at the end of the day, everything in capitalism is just finding a different excuse to make the consumer or the employee bear the burden of whatever cost is happening. Also, I'm not naming Uber. Even if you redeem it, I'm not gonna name another one Uber. We're gonna try to keep it down to, keep a bit of a variety. Places where the waitstaff would make less by being paid normal. We got now. Well, if that's the case though, Jin, that obviously means that they should be like those jobs should be very in demand, so the wages should, I would say, I would argue the wages, if they're getting paid more than what it would be replaced by, then that just means that what they should be replaced by is they should be getting paid like what they're already getting, but it shouldn't be through tips. It should just be their wage. Like if you make $17 and it's because like you have a base salary of $8 and then you make an extra $9 a week through tips for like per hour for tips, it's like you get a lot of tips. I would argue you should just be getting $70 as your base salary. Like you shouldn't have to rely on tips, even if they're good tips, to make money you need to survive. So I almost keep banning them because mobile. One of these days, it's gonna happen. I look forward to it, and we'll never know if it's on purpose or not. Much about how unfair society is to women. I cried 3 times. I mean, that's great. That's great because especially like Margot Robbie and the people involved in it seem like they're really passionate about it. But then I couldn't get out of my mind. The back of my mind, it's like it's also just they're just monetizing shit more. So, happened to me at Pop and Burfies, and I looked at Cashier's eye. I said 0. Oh my god, poor Cashier. They don't deserve that, but also poor you. It's just the fucking company in order to like have unlimited growth, because that's all they care about. In a capitalist society, in order to have unlimited growth, green line go up, like Vicky 2 style, and to always have profits, and to always be able to pay their executives and top level people as much money as they can, and giant bonuses and stuff. In order to do that, they put the costs of they put the cost on either the wages or of their workers, or they put the cost on rising prices for consumers, or they find alternate middle grounds, like having part of the wage be the tip when it shouldn't. They should just be paying you the full fucking wage, and then any tips are extra. So way over and beyond the expectation they should be rewarded as such. Yeah, but their reward, KR, their reward shouldn't be they have enough money to live now. It should be they get a tip over the money that they're getting. The reward shouldn't be like you don't have to worry about paying rent this month. The reward should be you can already pay rent this month, and now you have the reward to get something a little nice for yourself, or you go to a restaurant yourself. It's tipping should not be necessary for people to have a living wage. It should be extra as a reward for good service. That is the core of it. They should be paid enough to not have to worry about it. It's that kind of thing. $70 an hour tip rate. I mean, for like just restaurants, that's kind of a lot. Like I'm not gonna argue against it, because if that's happening, they're probably in a place where like it's a really high end, like you're working at for people who like casually drop thousands of dollars on a meal, So I don't even know. Maybe so I don't know enough about that to really say, and I'm not gonna just by default say they should make less. But the vast majority of people who get tips need the tips to survive. Also, yeah, 20% is like the amount I was always, raised on to give. VTuber model, eye twitching, it's just the fucking, it's just so angry. Whoa, man. Also, welcome back, Ouija. Back and I'm rolling. I love how AOC is so triggering to conservatives. It's really funny. I don't even like pay attention to much to those kind of politics, but I do love how angry people get about it. Comrade Barbie. Run a small business restaurant, you're gonna have to screw over someone and supply labor chain. Yeah, that's true. That is also an inherent flaw of the system as a whole. But that's mostly because this would never happen in Barbie Land. But that's mostly because the whole fucking system is kind of fucked. Because when the whole system is based off of permanent growth and profits, that means that those profits have to come at the expense of someone in the system. And most of the time, it's either workers or consumers. Most of the time, I'd say it's workers, because I'm including like workers that, like in say Bangladesh, that work in terrible conditions, slave labor, no laws, all all that stuff. But it also comes into at the expense of consumers too. And an easy example of consumers bearing the burden is like gas prices. How essentially OPEC Plus, they're like Disney Plus, they're now OPEC Plus because they added Russia and a couple other places. The people who control a lot of the world's oil supply, and they're pretty much just a cartel that control, oil prices. They're literally incentivized to keep oil prices high, and so like of course they're gonna put the cost of everything on like the people trying to buy oil, because people who need it for gasoline or for their businesses or industries, right? There's checks and balances that force you to report at least the majority of tips. So it's very circumstantial. Is all my yeah. Honestly, tips are always taxed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure tips are always taxed. The only tax tips that aren't taxed are ones where you're just that's just tax evasion or avoidance. I'm not sure. Maybe it's honestly, if there's any law you're gonna break, I'd say break the one where you save a bit of money via tips. Like I think all my tips are. I work the place I worked at, that was a restaurant, was a bit out of the ordinary because technically $4 out of like our $9 whatever salary was tip money, because the tips, we didn't actually get tips. It was like essentially every person who worked would get $4 from the tip that you made that day as part of their salary. But if we made more than that would be for everybody who worked, the owner would get the excess. But if it was less, the owner would still pay even $4. It really felt like an excuse to like not have to like get the extra tips to the owner. But also occasionally, so like we weren't allowed to get tips. All tips went to the tip jar. But occasionally customers, especially ones who had gone to this place a long time and knew how it worked, would like sneak you like a $10 bill if they really they were nice, you know? Like they'd try to like make sure you got your own tips. So those weren't tax reported for anyone who worked there, because there was a general agreement that like, yeah, this is an attempt to not be screwed over constantly. So also, sorry if I'm missing a bunch of chats. Servers get to be terrible and I mean, like, yeah, if you're a terrible server, the punishment should be like you're not as likely to have that job because you might get fired, right? Also, like, again, the problem with that, Draco, though, is that the whole dichotomy, my point is the whole dichotomy of like tip and tip culture and like that kind of thing and is flawed. The premise shouldn't be you reward or punish the waiter on being bad or good by like withholding their tip or giving them an extra tip. It should be the base salary should just by default for any job, even if the person's bad at their job, it should still be a livable wage. And a tip should be extra for people who do above and beyond that you appreciate. And if they're bad at the job, the punishment is just they get fired because they're not good at their job, because they get complaints. It's not like it's essentially putting the burden of everything on the workers and the consumers instead of the company, when the company should be fucking the one to actually like, you know, buckle up, you know, ball up with their fucking, put their big boy pants on and you know, just pay for the cost of running their fucking business properly. Like, occasionally. Also, yeah, commit tax evasion, mushy 2023. Add that to the quotes list right there. I love how there's tax evasion and tax avoidance, and in my mind, I'm like, tax avoision. Let me just say that. Also, thank you, Aiden. Welcome to the. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, restaurants and managed garden. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes the tips are being stolen anyway, or like sometimes like the restaurant is like it's the owner takes half of it, like the place I went to, or sometimes, you know, you never know. And the fact that it's essentially a microcosm of American individualism, especially where like the burden is put on the individual when it should be on the group as a whole, because this isn't something one person should have to fucking worry about and fix and deal with constantly. It should be on all of us together, kind of thing. Abolish, honestly, yeah, let's just abolish restaurants altogether and replace them with just like giant pig troughs, so we can all like crawl up to our pig trough and get our daily slop. That's what I think. Yeah, if you get cash tips, I don't think you should report them. I know that's probably a crime, but like, if you report them, you're probably not even if you're in a tax bracket like the lowest one, which you probably are if you're working, your main full time is probably like, you know, a restaurant gig, like you probably need the money to pay rent or utilities. If you know, like, so I don't even blame them. Also, we can't criticize fucking waiters not reporting their tips when it's literally legal for billionaires to pay like 0.01% of taxes. Like come on now, right? Report any all monetary gifts. I mean, yeah, look, well, man, if you're supposed to report monetary gifts, then I'm just gonna do as, you know, the American dream. I just gotta act like I'm a millionaire, and they don't report any of their shit. Monetary gifts, charitable donations, all this shit to get out of fucking paying your taxes. I'm just living the American dream. I mean, I think tax avoidance isn't illegal. It's like the legal way of avoiding taxes, like through loopholes and stuff. So really, tax evasion is for poor people when you get sent to jail, and tax avoidance is for rich people when you just get out of paying your taxes. That's kind of what the basic whole idea is, right? Like Skyrim on my friend's PC. Oh, nice, nice, nice. What class are you? What are you specking into? Also, yeah, welcome to the radicalization stream. I guess we still haven't named this horsey. Does anyone have a name for this horsey? We've been on this. I've been ranting at this poor horsey's nickname screen this whole time. Not tax. Yeah, we shouldn't tax tips at all. How about you tax, tax the money they earn via their salary or wage, and pay them a living wage, and then tips are just considered like a gratuity that is an incentive to do a better job. Like how about that? Just crazy idea. I love from the people who comment on whether tips are good for workers have never worked. Exactly. You should. I think every single. Actually, no. Hold up. This is extremely authoritarian of me, but I think that every single person in this country and in general, in general for like countries like Canada, the U.S., Australia, whatever. I'm just gonna say with the U.S. Every single person in this country should be forced to work at least 6 months at a retail or restaurant job where they have to deal with customers. I feel like that would be a massive net positive for like policy making in our country. I feel like that would fix all our problems. Because people would realize not only would it fix like governmental policy making around this stuff, but I think it would also fix people being assholes to everyone. It would make people would like understand what it's like to be in that fucking situation. So you get way less people being horrible to like waiters and stuff. Name it Green Mario. Honestly, it's a good idea. Well, man, I some of the things I'm saying are a joke, but I am definitely a radical left. Radical left. That's a joke to me. Is all this terminology? It's all kind of been muddled together to mean like just kind of memes now. But like if you want to know anything about me, like I did international business, poli sci. I'm really into history. I am half French and know people who live in France and have talked to with French people about it. I am very much so radicalized in terms of especially like workers' rights and capitalism and all that stuff. So like that stuff I'm serious about. Obviously, I'll say some of the stuff I'm saying is joking. I hope it's mostly clear most of the time, but I don't know. I mean, I can give everyone good recommendations for like really good YouTube videos and channels that are good for this. If you want to, become a radical lefty or whatever. Exactly. I am. I know this is very brave of us to say, Wichi, but I'm pro people being able to live. Fucking pro. Complain about their ugly ass mansions, not the McMansions that fucking ruin shit even more. You should be focused on their disproportionate effects on politics. I mean, literally, you can complain about anything about the rich, KR. I mean, I genuinely, I don't know what it would be, but I think a cap on how much money you're actually fucking allowed to have, and that's not just money as in like liquid assets, but like all your assets. So no ways of getting around it with like having fucking investments and all this shit. I think that's a reasonable discussion to have, because I think at a certain point, literally there is zero point to having more money. It does nothing for you. It does nothing for the economy. It does nothing for people in general. All it is a status symbol. And frankly, if you get to that point and you make that much money, I think it's literally impossible to be an ethically moral good person and have that much money. Because like the things you got to do to make that much money, yeah, like maybe if you inherited it could be different because you didn't have to go through steps. But even then, unfortunately, a lot of like rich kids are raised in a very tiny bubbles where like morals and ethics are completely different from your average person. Pro-life. I know, I'm pro-life. Fucking a leftist who is pro people being alive. Pro-life. Yeah. Also, yeah, KR, one of the biggest problems in my mind is, I agree with you fully, is corruption. It's just corruption. Can we just say what it is? It's literally rich people and rich groups giving shit tons of money to politicians so they will vote against shit that they don't want. It's literally it's just straight up bribery and corruption legalized. It's just like, all right. That is probably one of the biggest, because with that in place, it's very, very difficult to change anything and fix any problems, because there's always people who are being paid to fucking keep stuff from changing. No, Ouija. I'm with you. There's no ethical way. Billions certainly. Millions. I mean, depends on like, cause like depends on what you like. How many millions? Like maybe if you have $1 million, you can do that as ethically as is reasonable for a person. Hell, still a hell of a lot better. I don't know. I don't know, KR. My thing with that is that it's just I just see that as a lazy excuse. If you're talking about like this kind of thing, I feel like saying at least it's better than insert like war-torn country or horrible system. I'm like, is that really the bar we're setting for ourselves? Like growing up in the US, you hear people talk about like American exceptionalism and like, the best country in the world and like people being proud of that. It's like, okay, if you really wanted that, then why whenever we say we should do this to improve our country or the people's lives in our country, they're like, oh no, we can't do that. There's no way. This would cost too much money. It'd be too hard, too complex. And then like, okay, if you really wanted to say you're the best, then how about put the fucking effort in? Radical. I can pull off some sweet flips on a board. I too skate for Jesus. Spooky. It's true. Okay, radical. I am a tubular leftist. So we jump topics. Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I'm talking about a different thing, but it's when they start. Are you talking about like moving your money around in terms of like hiding your money and like investments or the thing in other countries that have no? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like it's like every time this exact conversation happens, I or some other crazy leftist will be like, okay, you do know that like billionaires are evading all their, right? They're avoiding all their taxes by stashing it. They're literally stealing money, and that if we have any sense of pride as a country, we should put our foot down. And then like someone who is say right wing would be even though they should be like pro small business, anti like consolidation of all this fucking resource and power, they'd be like, oh, but if we do that, then they'll just like relocate their fucking businesses to other countries. We'll lose all this. And my only thing to that is like, yeah, they might do that. In fact, I'd say they'd probably do that if you start making, say, Amazon pay fucking proper taxes. They might relocate to a different country at their headquarters. How about I feel like people are just like implying that they're okay with being repeatedly fucked in the ass by massive companies because like, oh, please don't go, look here, we'll let you get away with everything. Oh no. Like, okay, just bite the bullet, fucking stand up for something, like anything, have some principles, fucking either it's like oh my god, it's so frustrating. Digging my great grandmother's Krugerrands and she hit the field in New Jersey for the finance. Oh my god. Also, how's it going, Noah? Welcome to whatever this stream is. Hello. And KVD-kun says she should only be anti all business. Anti all business. I don't know. I feel like getting to a social democratic place is a good balance. But the problem is those are like no words in the US at least, right? Best fucking country on the planet. It's also the worst. Like, look, you can. I feel like two things can be true at once. You can recognize that the average quality of life in the U.S. is better than a lot of places, but we also have some crazy serious problems that we could improve, and we just refuse to. Like two things can be true at once. We're doing a Red Scare, much more adapted to modern left politics than most places. I mean, like, yeah, if you're comparing us to places that have, frankly, like, yeah, we're not a fucking war-torn, in the midst of a civil war, people being genocided constantly, authoritarian, like, hell state. Sure, is that the bar we want to cross? Like, I'm comparing when I compare to other countries around the world, I'm comparing, like, okay, who has similar, like, economic sectors, businesses, similar, modernized, quote-unquote, democratic, quote-unquote, Western nations, right? So you look at a lot of countries in Europe, kind of Canada, places like Australia, Japan, South Korea. That's what I compare it to, and it's very clear. Like compared to a lot of those countries, especially the European ones, who is probably our closest analog is Europe and Canada. We are not left wing at all compared to them. So, how many teachers say as a communist I prefer American imperialism to Russia, Starbucks and good TV? Yeah, but the thing is, the bar that sets is. Like, I guess we're just stuck with imperialism. It's like, no, we should be fucking trying to make it better. That's the whole point of this shit, is to continually make small improvements so we can make everyone's lives better. That should be the goal, not just, oh, well, I guess we're better than those bozos. Guess we gotta put up with all this shitty stuff. Like, no, we should be making it better. Like, that should be the goal. Things like this, and like to me, this situation as like a poli sci in major, and like someone who's interested in this, the thing that I think is most important is that we should always be trying to go for a certain ideal. The ideal is like, it's like a utopian ideal. We should be trying to make everyone everyone have like the basic needs, be able to pursue what they want, be happy. That should be the ideal. Like, okay, even if it's a perfect world and it's like, okay, we're not there, but at least we're better than those guys, doesn't mean we should stop trying. We should, also don't miss me with that size bullshit. Size, those arguments are almost always not actually applicable. Like, every time someone argues like, we can't do public transport in the US, we're too big compared to the Netherlands, without realizing that the majority of public transport people argue for are completely localized to individual cities, as if the cities in the US are 20,000 times the size of cities in the Netherlands. Like, no, also, the US was built on train tracks. We were built on public transportation. Even if it was like for fucking companies, we were built on trains. It's not like we haven't done it before. This is my plug for NordVPN. Evade taxes, get international cable, and support communism. I fucking love that. That's hilarious. Natasha said it best: if we weren't screaming that we're better than everyone else, people in our other countries might stop wanting to saw our heads off. Also, we might actually realize that other countries do things better than us in different ways. Like, just because you can also simultaneously think that you have the best country in the world while also acknowledging that other countries do specific things better. Like, we should be this is the most capitalistic thing I'll ever say, is that we should go to our capitalist roots and steal the working bureaucracies and ideas and things from other countries. Just steal the shit that works in other countries. We should steal it and try to see if we can use it to improve we should just be taking all these ideas and fucking trying to implement them, see if they work. If they don't work, they don't work. If they do work, though, like, it just should be something that's always improving. The size of the city is not the size of... No, but like, when you're arguing, half this fucking public transportation argument is like, we should make more walkable, bikeable cities that have better public transportation and better like zoning laws. And then someone will be like, we can't do that. The US is too big compared to the Netherlands because you compare it to Amsterdam and all that. And it's like, no. Like, okay, if you want to argue that like it's unrealistic to have commutes via train over like multiple state lines, okay, sure, I guess. But like, when you're trying to argue we need to make cities less car dependent, there are a million and one things you can do that have worked in a bunch of other places, because the size of the city is what is relevant, not the size of the country. Why do we care how big the US is when we're trying to install fucking new bus systems or a metro in Los Angeles? Like, Pacific Islands that work much differently than most countries just happen to live in America. Oh, that's interesting. I'm American, born in America, raised in America, but I'm also half French. So I also had a lot of exposure to that, which is probably why I'm so, off with their heads, get the guillotine, Well, the problem is, KR, I'd agree with you, but I feel like we're getting worse as time goes on. I would genuinely say, like, since the 80s, we've been getting worse about doing that. Look, this is definitely, maybe it's a controversial statement for some people, but literally every problem in America can be tracked back to Ronald Reagan, and I stand by that statement. I mean, I'm only kind of joking. So many problems started in Reagan's administration because of some, like, deregulation, fucking war on drugs, fucking, so much. Do you know how close we were to actually being good about protecting the environment was? Like when George W, the original George Bush, I forget which one's which, not W, the original, George H.W., the original George Bush, when he was in presidency, he was literally talking about like how he was literally pro protecting the environment, because people generally agreed back then. But like throughout the Reagan administration, when like Exxon and other oil companies had to like fucking scramble to not be seen as like destroying the world, they started getting deregulated. They started to be allowed to advertise certain ways, and we were very close. I think there was a climate accord in like Norway in like 87 or 88 that would have been frankly amazing, because people forget things like the Montreal Accord or whatever it's called, the climate the one in Montreal that was about the greenhouse gases and the hole in the ozone layer. The reason people don't talk about the ozone layer and greenhouse gases that much anymore is because we fucking collectively as a world kind of fixed it. We did it. It didn't take that long. We did it. We had, like, it worked, and yet we don't try to do that for other things. I'm just rambling now. The whole conversation is so wild. Some things you mentioned are like not even consideration. Exactly, Kat. Literally, when people are like, USA is the best country in the world, like, no, do you not? Have you never seen another country? Like, there are clearly countries that have better standards of livings for the average person. There are clearly countries that have better education. Clearly countries that have better, individual rights. There are clearly countries that have better healthcare. There's so many things that we aren't the best on. Like, I don't get it. States' rights, you run into more problems. Oh yeah, one of the problems with states' rights is the fact that both different states are going to put different fucking effort into it and are equally going to have way different results. B, there's a lot of problems that, like, for example, polluting and energy, like, fossil fuels. That is, the Supreme Court recently tried to essentially saying it should be a states' rights issue. But the problem is, pollution doesn't fucking, like, smog in the air isn't a states' right issue. It's not like it's gonna stop at your state line. So it's gonna go. So it's kind of like a commons, a tragedy of the commons issue. There's so many. This shit's complex, and by just saying like federal or states' rights, completely, I don't know. It's not. You can't solve it in like a simple way. You got to use everything at your disposal to figure it out. Took ideas from other countries or Taco Bell. Yeah, the only thing we're good at taking from other countries is like imitations of their food, which, I mean, fair. I support that, but trust me, Kat. Literally, when I was studying in France, my grad degree, we were doing international business. So there are other people who like into business stuff, into politics. Sometimes I would genuinely be embarrassed for some of the shit America did, because it's just some of this stuff, especially for like social issues and pollution, environment, where we are so behind and having the dumbest arguments over. It's so annoying. Biden has actually made some serious improvements on the infrastructure aspect. I mean, yeah, I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but if he has, then that's awesome. Biden, he's a bit of a wet, he's like a soggy sandwich a little bit, but if he's done genuinely good thing, I want to, when someone does a genuinely good thing, I do want to be the kind of person that can be like, good job, I support that. The problem is, it just doesn't happen enough. There's too much pushback against it constantly from both parties. This isn't like a party thing. It's really annoying. Perpetually unhappy with society to be American? Exactly. I mean, half of America feels like they're arguing to look good, while the other half is arguing against their own interests. That's what it generally feels like at times. He did what Trump promised to do, but failed. I mean, I don't think Biden, I mean, there was a whole, like, Obama's, like, clean energy power plant act that he was doing in 2015 that he never got up and running. And then Trump obviously came in and, like, struck it down. And then Biden also came in and hasn't done anything about it either. So it's not like he's that good at it. Like, he's doing some, but he's not, natural energy, because my local city council denied my uncle's permit to build solar power. See, like, it's like, what is the point? They've been putting solar panels on local library, couldn't give them exactly. It's like, it's just this, like, it feels this arbitrary system is just stacked against making any improvements. He did it but failed. Nuke the atmosphere knowing it might end the world. Exactly. We're just doing tests in random fucking places. Also, I love how all these things, like, the tests for nuclear devices, by governments, but also, like, all the shit, like, polluting the water, oceans, environments, destroying habitats that, like, say an oil company would do. Every single time like this happens, it later, like 10 or 20 years later, it comes out that, like, for example, ExxonMobil knew about climate, that, like, they were affecting the climate negatively in, like, 1957, and then, like, they just pretended not, they just ignored, they just didn't mention it. Like, they all these companies know what they're doing. They just do as much as they can to not address it so they can keep on making profits. It's like, another example is like the tobacco industry and all these companies in it, they knew tobacco gave you cancer. Like, they knew smoking would raise your likelihood of cancer. They just did. They knew that for years before, but they spent all that time, like, paying fucking fake doctors and fake studies and commercial advertising to convince people it didn't do that, even though they knew it increased your risk for lung cancer. So also, I mean, American infrastructure is kind of fucked anyway in general. I love that immigrant ass boomers were told that fossil fuels were finite and isn't sustainable, but for some reason they proposed look at alternative fuels. They're like, let me keep my diesel. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure, Ouija, the main reason, even if it's not conscious, even if it's subconscious, Ouija, the main reason for that is they know on some level, that's a good point, on some level they know that they won't have to deal with the consequences for this shit. Like they're old enough that they'll never have to face a world where we run out of fossil fuels. They'll not have to face a world where climate disaster actually starts happening to the places they live in. Also, yeah, the one thing I appreciate about France is I think they were like anywhere from 70 to 80% powered by nuclear energy. And there are downsides to nuclear energy. There definitely are. It's not the perfect solution, but it's the best one we have until we can figure out better solutions. It's way better than fossil fuels. You have nuclear waste, but we have ways of storing that is way less dangerous in the environment if we do it properly. It's always that caveat. Than like just fucking fracking or burning coal or gas or anything else. Also, yeah, when I think of that woman, I'm like, how about we just not make nuclear power plants on fault lines where tsunamis and earthquakes happen a lot? Like, how about we just pick places for our nuclear sites where that doesn't happen often, you know? Like, you know, Japan, I don't want to, like, you know, bully you too much, but how about you don't put nuclear things that could be catastrophic if they fucking leaked everywhere on a place that leaks everywhere from earthquakes and like it's this is just common sense. Also, basically every nuclear disaster I can think of, or like almost disaster, happened because of either A, really shitty planning, or B, people they just didn't upkeep or follow the actual like the safety protocols and like how you're supposed to build shit and how you're supposed to upkeep the infrastructure. It was all there, but the accidents only happened when that shit wasn't followed. So we have very clear reasons why like Chernobyl happened, or why the fucking Mile Island or whatever that one was called, or like other things. Like it's basically we don't actually upkeep the infrastructure, so obviously it's gonna fail at some point if you don't bother fucking putting money into it to at least make it work usable, or people don't follow safety instructions because it's like, you know, like in Chernobyl where like, you know, they physically can't because there's so much corruption and bribery in the system that even people who want to do the right thing don't know how, or terrible planning, like putting your fucking nuclear reactors on a fault line. It's like, yes, I do think it's a good idea to put a nuclear reactor directly next to San Francisco on a fault line. What could possibly go wrong? It's like, what? Oh, tobacco's obviously, it's an ancient medical herb, right? Yeah, exactly. And even then, KR, I agree with you. Even then, Fukushima, like, even then, it wasn't like it was just straight up dumb planning. Like, I think you shouldn't put that there. But also, even then, it almost didn't fail because, spoiler alert, we're really good with making nuclear power safely if we do it correctly. Like, it took like fucking a massive earthquakes and tsunamis at the same time, plus like really specific failing systems and bad luck for that to happen. And that it could all be avoided if they just, I don't know, like put your nuclear power plants on the other side of the country where the chance of them getting hit by a tsunami is way lower. You might still get hit by an earthquake, but Japan has been building earthquake-proof buildings for decades. They know what they're doing. But how about you just put it on the other side of the country where some of their nuclear power plants are, so when an earthquake happens in the fucking Pacific and a tsunami's coming, there's less likely to be very devastating. So you only have to deal with the less likelihood of tsunamis coming from the other directions, which is way less dangerous for you. Like, I don't know. Exactly. We have a whole state that we can just take the state of New Mexico and just make it a giant nuclear power plant and no one would notice. You know? Like we already took a bunch of indigenous people's lands and we don't even use it for smart stuff. Like, if we're going to steal land, at least make it useful in the long run. Like, don't turn it into like a fucking car park, turn it into a nuclear power plant. We're already storing nuclear waste in like the deserts in the Southwest and Midwest, right? Fun environmental disaster. The first nuclear aircraft carrier. Oh, I can do you one more. How about the first nuclear sub to fucking explode, or just, oh my god, it's gonna be like Bikini Atoll, like doing fucking nuclear testing on an island where we clearly know that the nuclear radiation is dangerous and gonna fucking go with the ocean currents and spread across the globe. Return native lands to. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. I also think somehow the indigenous people, especially in the U.S., but really around the world, have been more screwed over than anyone else, and that's a high bar to cross. So, cost to transfer the electricity mushy. You lose power transporting over wires. It's wasteful. Well, you know what's also wasteful? Shitting and farting. Roxy. You know, how about what if we transported? Hold up, hear me out. Actually, what if we transported our power, instead of doing it through wires, we actually transport it instead through pipes? Think about it. We already do that with other forms of energy, like natural gas, oil. Let's just transfer our electricity through pipes, like inside the. It's perfect. It's the perfect. You know, mind fucking blown. It's exactly how Hawaii. Didn't Hawaii do a coup because, like, a bunch of colonists settled in, got all the land, and essentially turned it all into sugar plantations or some shit, something like that? People want their Marriott in the section furthest away from the fault line. It's bad for business if the power plant is so visible. Yeah, God forbid we want cheap, safe, renewable power that actually will help anyone who, you know, uses electricity. Think of the fucking random people visiting the Grand Canyon or something. What if they have to briefly see like something that looks vaguely like a power plant once in their life? Like think of the children, you know? Think of the children. Neat bit about the waste is that we can refine it. I mean, we can. We're not that good of it yet, but we're definitely getting better. I mean, there's also the whole thing about how like recycling, like some absurd percent of recycled products and recycled clothes and all things don't actually go to like making new ones. It just kind of ends up in landfill anyway. But that's a whole different thing. Basically, the main lesson from all this is every story you see that's like says we're doing something good for the environment is actually just is actually not fully true, and behind like 80% of its effectiveness is not actually there, which is really depressing. But that's the world we live in. You gotta keep trying, you know. Hydropower. There's exactly everybody in the world, every single person on the planet could have their own tiny ocean to power their shit with. Second, glass and tin are fine. Plastic should be thrown away. We should just stop making shit out of plastic when we're able to. Honestly, plastic is literally just. Oh my god! You know what really fucking unironically triggers me, and I don't think my parents get it in the same way that I do because they're you know, boomers. And I think it's just got so normalized for the generation before mine and generation before that, is how much paper and plastic is wasted every day with the mail. Every day we get fucking mail. All of it complete garbage. Like 90% of it complete garbage. Some of it's like bills or statements and stuff like that. But like most of it's just fucking advertising or like random pieces of paper. Like it wastes so much paper just for one fucking like house. And then I imagine like all the fucking houses getting the same amount of garbage. It's just because it's all garbage. It goes straight into the garbage. Like it's just such a fucking waste. And they don't really see the problem. They're just like, yeah, whatever. We opened a long time ago. Yeah. I always knew Legos would kill us. Telecom companies like Verizon, AT&T over 40 billion. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember something about how the taxpayer. I mean, this is a tale of as old as time, especially for the U.S. The taxpayer paid for the infrastructure for like phone lines and shit, and then phone companies privatized the profits. I mean, that's literally the reality we live in. You know, let the public taxpayer tax money shoulder the burdens, and then let private individuals and groups profit off the profit off the results. Is literally what we do to like. It's literally the basis of what American capitalism and culture is built off of, and it fucking is. It's horrible. Did you know? Actually, Ouija, there have been literal like ISPs have literally lobbied local governments to decrease the money they give to those ISPs to build new networks, because the ISPs realize that if they actually get these bills passed and they get more money, there will be more expectations to provide a good service, and it's cheaper to spend money to lobby against them being given money, taxpayer money. They're now lobbying against it, because then if it passes, they might actually have to do their fucking job. Can apply for this 55% interest credit card. Oh my god, I love that. Wait. Power comes from the flow of a river. How about we just gotta harness the power of El Nino, or whatever. Is it El Nino or El Nina? I don't actually know. Just fucking power the ocean currents, baby. It's just like, what is it? It's just like Crush from Finding Nemo. Fucking power that shit. Get those turtles to work. Legit blew all of it. Oh, also that they used all the money to, it all got siphoned away into executives' pockets. So that's also the truth of American capitalism. Also, how are you doing, all? Welcome to the radicalization stream. We were playing Pokemon, but it is what it is. The power of the ocean, exactly. Do you have fiber access? I mean, actually, Google did come around the neighborhood where my parents live and put fiber cables all around like the streets. So they put it throughout the whole neighborhood, and then 9 months later, no one actually has access to fiber internet. Still, they fucking laid they laid the lines down, and no one has access to it. And then I searched online, and basically, consistently, it's always 6+, usually 9 months or a year, but at least 6 months between people getting fucking fiber optic cables laid and anyone getting access to it. So yeah, there's that. El Nino sounds like Spanish. I mean, is it? Oh, did I do the wrong? Is it, what would it be? La Nina? Wait, is it El Nino then? I don't know how it works. I know Nino and Nina are just different masculine and feminine for child, but is El like a? Because I know, like, le and la in French, right? Is El like the masculine equivalent, and then there's like a different thing from feminine equivalent or something? I don't know. Sacrificing people to the giant sky, sacrificing orphans or goats to giant sky people. It's El Nino. Okay. Thank you for helping me with that, clarifying it. Paper can be used as kindling for fires. Plastic is just a waste. Hey, we can burn plastic if you're willing to, burn toxic chemicals and fumes into the atmosphere, which clearly we are not that, careful about. So, burning garbage, because it's just a silly idea. I mean, like, certain kinds of garbage, sure, but burning, like, for example, during the American invasions into the Middle East, like, I'd say that like they've ended, but during, like, a lot of people's services in Iraq, Iran, random soldiers were just told to make giant fucking burning pits of literally everything. They just throw like toxic chemicals, jet fucking fuel, like just so much stuff. And not only did all these fucking random soldiers essentially without due to the fault of like people in charge, these random like people who were already in a dangerous situation as soldiers, which, like, okay, I can respect an individual person, sure, even though I don't respect the military overall, but like these soldiers all got like fucking cancer from it, and also we're just releasing chemical fumes, toxic shit into the atmosphere. So it's just like that's just a thing they did. They just had giant pits to throw garbage into, and by garbage they meant literally everything. Like, oh my god, it's L and L? Really? L doesn't sound Spanish because it's a French, il L, but maybe it makes sense. I'll think for the hydrate. Is it L though? I don't know. It sounds French because it is French, but I don't know if it's always or also that, right? Not the sacrificing gamers. The gamers have a lot of pent up energy inside of them. So if you sacrifice the gamers, all the energy comes out in a burst and powers your smoothie machine or whatever, your blender. That's what smoothie machine. Of the he she, which would be El and La. Oh, it's La Nina then. Would be the girl, and El Nino would be the boy, I guess. Or is a much different rule set for the environment. Exactly. Mines are far greater than environmental disaster than burn pits. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, I think the main takeaway is everything we do is terrible for the environment, and no one actually stops, even if they say they stop. But yeah, certainly it is relative as well. It maybe it take 75 years to demine the country, and it's not. Oh, you're talking about? I thought you were talking about like mines, as in like coal mining, which is terrible for the environment, and also terrible for the people working in the coal mines, and also terrible for the people living around it. So yeah, but that's true. That's true. You ever think about swimming, like diving in deep ocean? If you ever had to do that and like accidentally running into a fucking deep sea charge, like in again Finding Nemo, it's always back to Finding Nemo. Honestly. We've honestly, it's. I know this is all like not very optimistic, but there are a lot of people around the world doing a lot of really good things, and that's all we can do. And there's hope, and like the world and humans are pretty resilient, so we can fuck up a lot. But nah, I'm kind of. I think I just ranted out. I think I'm gonna find someone to raid. I think I'm out of energy. You know. I think I'm a bit ranted out. Oh wait, Lunar is streaming? Poggies. We can go say hi to Lunar. Heck yeah. Yeah, that was a big rant. Also, I don't know enough about the war in Ukraine to really be able to talk at all about it, so I'd just be like, I wouldn't be able to, actually like, moderate a good conversation. I prefer to be above water. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I still don't understand people who do like fucking cave diving and shit like that. Like why? And also just why? No, why again? Yeah, if we fixed the ozone. That's what's so infuriating. Is that the fucking international community, US included, got together, fucking decided we're gonna fix the ozone because it was an existential threat to the fucking planet, and we did it, and now we just don't talk about it. Can we just do that again? Like we're capable of it. The problem is all the incentives in so many of the systems is all based around money, and it's always you make more money by cutting costs and cutting corners, most of which fuck over the environment. So it's like I think that the very fact though that we have to like give tax incentives to companies to like not pollute or like pollute more responsibly, that alone should tell all of us that the system is fucked. When you have to literally incentivize people to not destroy the world, like what are we doing? Like what if that's the system we're in? Then something's wrong. Also, yes, fuck cave diving. We did fix the ozone. The fucking giant hole in the ozone layer, all that greenhouse gas shit. We also fixed acid rain. We fucking, for the most part, acid rain was like a fucking serious issue as well, and we don't really deal with it in a lot of places anymore. This heat this summer. Well, the problem is we fixed specific issues, but we refused to fix other issues. And yeah, so part of climate change is volatility in weather, and that so you get hotter in summers, colder winters, crazy fucking storms, like really hot days in the middle of cold periods. A bunch of wild stuff, right? So the ozone layer connected to climate change. I mean, all this shit's connected in some way. Like it's all the problem is it's not weather when people see like climate change they don't think of it's the reason they don't say weather change, they say climate, because the climate is like it's a lot bigger than just like a couple things, right? Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Well, it was a bunch of like, yeah, well, the thing with ozone, it was like it's like certain greenhouse gases, and we did successfully limit a lot of greenhouse gases. The problem is that's not the only problem that affects the climate and like our atmosphere. Like it was a very specific, essentially, that was just part of what was heating up the atmosphere, right? Government's then hopefully reining that in. Yeah, you're not wrong, KR. I think I agree with that. Like the government should be there. That's why, like, the whole point of regulations, like to make sure we get the best of human innovation and curiosity and mitigate the worst of our excesses. But the problem is, so often the regulations either don't work, aren't allowed to work, or are never intended to work in the first place. So makes it clear that companies, despite what they say, are obviously never going to have your best interest as part of exactly. The one of the best things to teach or to know and whatever, and I think people know it on a fundamental level, but they just trick themselves or they're brainwashed by fucking advertising. Like, no companies never care. Companies don't care about you. They care about your wallet. They will do anything to get your money or to get money in general. And if that is, if that means fucking abusing people, their own workers, or people buying their product, then they'll do it. If that means destroying the environment, they'll do it. If that means literal just murder, they'll do it. Like it's just greed. Like, companies do not give a shit about you. They want to separate you from your money. Some companies are a lot better about doing that. They have, because there's a balance there where they separate you from your money and you get a good that you value in return, or a service that you value in return. But some companies do a good job of that. But a lot of companies, essentially, since capitalism as a system is entirely based around the profit motive, the incentive is permanently there. It's permanently pushing people and companies to squeeze every last drop of money out of the systems. So they'll always try to do whatever they can, and that's just always inevitably going to lead to companies doing shitty things. That's the whole premise of capitalism. And when you're in a country like the U.S., when a lot of regulations either are faulty, don't exist, are just destroyed for no reason, or are built by people getting fucking bribed by the very companies they're supposed to be regulating, then you get a bunch of shit garbage. Well, the thing is, greed can lead to innovation, but the problem is, greed isn't correlated to innovation. It's just one of the potential motivations to innovate. But the problem also is greed. But what greed can be tied to directly is, I forget, there's a specific word for it, but one of the best example for it is car companies. Is not even just car companies, phone companies, technology companies. Planned obsolescence, when it's literally greed leads to the literally regression in products. Green line go up. Okay, that can be the raid message. We'll make that the raid message. Everyone copy green line go up. Green line go up. We'll do that when we raid. Who's nuts? I'm shaking. But yeah, so greed, immolation as immolation. Actually, you know what? I support immolation. Let's just burn everything down. Immolation. It's a tool. It can greed, the biggest sin of capitalism. Enquavitikun. Is that you? This is a fun discussion. I feel like Kara, I feel like with a lot of things, even when like these debates happen, I feel like a lot of people do actually agree on like a lot of this shit. It's just so much of it is framed in political, controversial ways, because like the biggest thing, literally, like the whole thing, a good example is the whole class warfare thing in the U.S., where every time like class warfare is literally just a fucking sop to throw to make civilians fight against each other, instead of turning their attention to fixing issues. Because you're fucked. You're a terrible person where fixing issues means that you lose money. Like, that's fucked when you're in that position. Like, come on. But yeah, no, but greed does, and often does lead directly to the lack of innovation or the reverse of innovation. Things like planned obsolescence. Things like cars being designed to need repairs or need new parts. Things like that, where it literally is directly counter towards pushing forward innovation, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or also, like, people think they need to pick a side when there should only be one side, and that is the side where we improve everyone's lives. Like, we should just be trying to make people have better lives in general, without hurting, without overly damaging other people or our world. We should be trying to make things as, get everyone the basic necessities of life. Make it so everyone can reach happiness, and if they has that opportunity. That should be the one side. But too often it's like, one side says something in the US and politics in general, but one side says something, the other side, even if they would agree with it, it just feels obligated to disagree. It's just like, okay. And yeah, it is incredible. That is a very good point, Kara. I like that. Change will make you less money, but you're still making, exactly. Literally, that is the thing that really is the final nail in the coffin for me, Roxy, is that all these companies that are destroying the world for profit, they're not even doing it for profit. They're doing it for like a small increase in profit. It's not even like this is how their business succeeds. It's their business was already succeeding, but they just want to squeeze out a couple extra percentage points of revenue a year, and that's what makes them destroy the fucking world and screw over their workers and screw over their consumers and, you know, do all these terrible things. I was like, is that really what? Like, is that really the bar? Ah. Also, it's kind of related. Also, I'm gonna set up the raid. I think real quick. Raid Luna. Everyone, I hope you get that early raid message. And so we can all go say hi to Lunar. But order IP stare. Yeah, exactly. Right, market. Come on, man. It's the invisible hand of the market. It's definitely there. It's like I swear it's not just my fucking capitalistic imaginary friend. I swear. Yeah, no, that's complete bullshit. The market doesn't regulate itself. The market literally exists. It won't. We've seen over and over again that it does not regulate itself. Like it's a pretty obvious correlation by now. All it's gonna do is make itself become more extreme as the rich get richer because they have the capital necessary to expand businesses and buy out competitors and all that. Like that's all it's gonna be. Green line, go up. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah. I don't know. It's frustrating. Honestly, we need more superhero or super villain from comic book type. Like we need people to come in and try to destroy the moon, because like that would genuinely probably help at this point, because we'd all have a common evil to focus on, and we get used to working together. You know, RKO out of nowhere. Bull Moose party when. Oh god, yeah. Well, that's the problem. Basic problem with just capitalism when you're not regulating it or regulating it poorly is that the whole system the priority of capitalism is not the welfare of human beings or the good living. It's making money. Also, raid's going. Oh god.